Welcome to Late Night Chat, episode 198 with JT and Niko.
That's my motto, pop bottles. I rock with bosses and coppers. A walk and check, I'm the lotto about my chicken and waffles. I roll my weed like a flottos. It ain't no season, no stems. I wear them Keith and James brims. Rich niggas sitting on M's. There's plenty of paper that's doable. Check my background, it's musical. I grew up around me. It's pharmaceuticals, not the feds. Living life on the edge. Unpredictable where it's headed. I said what I said, and I'ma keep it where I said it. Solidness is embedded, my DNA and genetics. And I don't listen to rappers. Their music ain't got no message. Making that fatty. My specialty being broke ain't my pedigree. Like an old Western movie. I like to drink and get whiskey, bitch. That's my.
I ain't tripping, getting to the chicken, that's the mission, nigga, that's my motto. She picked me, she hit the lotto. She can ride if she hot though, nigga, that's my nigga, that's my
I love E40.
Bro, what a song, dude. What a song. It just makes you want to get up and dance.
Yeah, that's all. New Mount Westmore album, which is what E40, Too Short, Snoop, and who's
Ice Cube?
Right.
Yeah, so it's an interesting album, man. It's weird. I wish it would have came out earlier. Gave us some more time to listen to it.
I know, because I already have my list made up pretty much. But yeah, we'll get into that here in a minute. So, how's everyone feeling today? How are you feeling, Goat? How you doing out there?
This guy passed out. I guess we were boring up to that point.
Oh, this guy passes out early. Didn't you know it was going to be a 5-hour broadcast? Jeez, no one gave it. Clearly, you've never watched the Drunk Cast before.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing good. I'm here.
Oh.
It takes a lot more to take me out. You know, I'm a seasoned vet.
He's seasoned. I'll tell you that, man.
Actually, matter of fact.
There you go. That's what my brother was talking about yesterday. When he says it's it, he sees Niko get up, have a beer, and on his way.
That's how you do it, bro.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, Julie was telling me she was enjoying rewatching it while wrapping some presents today.
Oh, I bet, man.
January. Oh, now you know, bro. Now you know the fucking Drunk Cast. It can go on. It gets messy, you know, sometimes, but it goes on for quite a while. We actually just beat our last Drunk Cast length by like 10 minutes or something, 5 hours and change, right? The last one, right? So. I don't think we've done a Drunk Cast that was lower than 4 hours. I think that was the lowest now. But you know, time gets away from us when we do the Drunk Cast. It's
yeah, we get in trouble by security, everything, man.
Yeah, we'll get into all that. There's some post show things that occurred, guys. You know, feelings were hurt. People were yelled at. Places were vacated by security.
Oh, beer spilling all over the equipment. Don't forget that.
It didn't fall on the equipment.
Oh, I was watching, man. I was so nervous.
It didn't fall on the equipment. Don't give me that.
It was wide open. No, it was wide open, bro. I got some wires though.
I don't know. Did it?
Yeah, I got some of the rubber, the wires, and then the thing where you got your microphone hooked up to.
Oh no,
like the actual. Yeah, nothing important.
Everything's fine. Yeah,
nothing important. And the outside of the bag seemed pretty waterproof, so the way it beat it off. But that was pretty crazy.
I think Christine, because she passed out early too, she told me that there's something about me shoving things up my ass during the show. See,
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that was funny though. I was having a good time. No, that's why I was trying to tell Julie. I'm like, I generally don't rewatch the Drunk Cast because, like, I feel like I'm gonna shake my head too much while rewatching it for all the stupid shit that comes out of my mouth during those things. Right? It's the shame that follows the day after. But I enjoy it for the fact that, like, not to say that the shows aren't good or fun or anything else. It's just I like that other people enjoy it. You know what I mean? I don't know necessarily if I'm going to go back and rewatch the footage anytime soon, but apparently I'm going to have to, because we're trying to put a clip show together for best of 2022. So.
Oh man.
Guys. Yeah. How so? I don't get aggressive.
Not at all. No. He just speaks his mind. It gets loud. That's what it is. It's not aggressive. It's loud.
Loud,
He
yeah.
gets loud.
That's not aggressive though. I'm not out here
No.
fighting people, like punching people in the face. Like I'm not a mean drunk like that.
No, not at all. But he is, yeah, he does get loud. He turns it up a notch.
Loud, yeah. Of
He
course.
turns it up a notch. I don't know where it comes from. No wonder he's got no voice the next day half the time.
Never mind. Yeah, exactly. Never mind. Fucking Rib over here. You showed up like 2 minutes before the end of a 5-hour broadcast. How dare you?
How dare
First
you?
off, I have a lot of questions. First off, how dare you?
How dare you?
Backstage aggressive. That wasn't me. I think you're a little confused there, bud. I wasn't the one that was yelling.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that was purposely when I was telling him off. Now all the stories are coming out.
Holy shit. This
Yeah.
is gonna be the best.
I wasn't aggressive to you though, right? Like I don't know what this guy's talking about. Backstage aggressive. We'll get into that here. Let me
I don't know, bro.
Let's throw out the plugs quickly here. There's a lot to go over actually, so we got to go over that.
Yeah.
So guys, next week I think Monday is when you guys are going to record the 19th. That's the last show for the year, pretty much, of Late Night Chat Live, the weekly show we do every week. That's going to be with Julie and JT. Julie's co-hosting that one next week, and that's going to be the last show actually for like almost a month. So I'm sorry to say, guys, but there's going to be lots of great stuff still coming out for you. Not only that, we're recording so much before we actually fucking take this break, so it's like we're not going to be missed. There's going to be lots of stuff going on still, honestly, guys. But make sure you're here with us again. I mentioned it yesterday, but if you missed out on the Drunkcast, first off, go back and check that out. It's still in the feed right now. Like 5-hour show, so lots to check out there. You know, you can go back, watch a little bit, go back, watch a little bit more, right? You check that one out. So that was a lot of fun. We'll get into more about that in a moment. But yeah, no, there's a lot of shows planned past the 19th that we have planned for you guys. So next week, I think is going to be our late night at the movies episode. So stay tuned on details for the date of that. Maybe he's going to be on the Wednesday, the 21st next week. But then me and Jay are also going to be meeting up to do some pre-recording for some special episodes of things coming out as well. This Saturday, here, let's start with all the late night chat stuff here first. There's a lot. So this Saturday, the 17th, you got a new episode of TikTok time, guys. So if you guys are people that submit videos to Julie or have in the past and you want to get involved in that, please do so. I don't know, Julie, if you want to put your TikTok in the comments there, I can throw it up on the screen. So guys, if you want to submit videos for TikTok time, sometimes we're lacking on some of the videos. We'll get by without them regardless. I think Julie and them switched up the approach the last episode, but still, if you do have TikToks you want to submit, definitely submit those. Yeah, here we go. Julie Mac 13. So submit those on TikTok to Julie for TikTok time. New episodes this Saturday, the 17th. And like I said, she's on next Monday with JT, the 19th. That's going to be the last Late Night Chat Live weekly show for the year. But then next week, I think, like I said, probably on the 21st, you got Late Night at the Movies. Me and Jay are talking about Scrooge. And also this Thursday, December 15th, you have a new episode of Watching the Throne, which is the weekly show that me and Jay have been doing where we're going back, and I'm rewatching it for the first time since watching it originally, and Jay's watching it for the first time. Game of Thrones, we're still in season 1. I think we're going to be talking about episode 4 this Thursday. That's going to be the one that comes out, which was a pretty awesome name for an episode. That's the one Cripples, Bastards, and Broken Things, right? Jay, yeah. So with our boy Tyrion, yeah. So that's been a lot of fun. Definitely check out those. Those come out weekly. They're going to continue to come out weekly as long as we can keep up, and then they're going to probably be dropping on Thursday every week. You also have, I think this might be the last episode of the World Cup shenanigans that's going to be coming out, because I know they're doing the semifinals this week and then the finals. So that's going to be a really exciting episode. Make sure to watch that, guys. That'll probably drop either, Sunday probably, or I think they're going to be recording it on Friday, but depending if it comes out earlier before TikTok time on Saturday or Sunday. But stay tuned. Make sure to follow us on Instagram for that. Late Night Chat Network on Instagram. to be to kind of stay up to all of the dates for the releases of these things. But you have one more episode, I think, of that as well. That's going to be a big one. They're going to be discussing these finals, I guess, that are going to be coming up for soccer, like what occurs with that, the semifinals. I think it's going to be Argentina, France, personally, Jay. I think because it's Argentina and Croatia, and France is facing Morocco, right, who just took out Portugal. So that's kind of interesting. So I guess we'll see what goes on there.
We can't really say much because I mean, at the end of the day, there's been a lot of upsets. I mean, just the only team you haven't really been hearing about is France, so it's kind of weird. I think it's going to be another one of their fucking ones. So
I don't want them to win. If anything, I'm going to go for Argentina if they make it past Croatia. I think whoever advances through there if they're going to face France.
I don't know. I thought it was the other way around. Croatia and France right next.
No, it's Croatia and Argentina facing each other, and then France and Morocco there. If I'm not mistaken. So
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not following it.
Well, I just listened to these guys pre-record the episode, so I kind of I was in the room for this one. So I think I'm gonna go off of their stats there for the last episode of World Cup shenanigans. So.
I don't know. I just was wondering. That's all for sure.
Yeah, so you got that to look forward to too. Now, after the 19th, now the week after that, that's going to be after Christmas. We're going to be taking a break, guys. We want everybody to be able to take a break and recharge.
There's going to be a killer content too. Don't forget sometime.
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting to that. Yeah. But everybody, should spend time with family and all that great stuff here during the holidays. So but we'll be back the following week with me and JT's year-end media review episode. That's going to drop on Boxing Day on the Monday, the 26th, after Christmas there for you guys. So that's going to be in place of Late Night Chat. That week, you have our annual episode me and Jay do of year-end media review. That's where we will be discussing all of our favorite movies, TV, music, podcasts, things that have come out over this past year that we wanted to highlight and talk about, things that we enjoyed the most this past year. And also the co-host will probably be submitting a list to us as well that will actually be highlighting this year as well, some of their favorite things we're going to be mentioning while we kind of do the rundown of that. So that's always a great episode. I really look forward to that. It's always a good discussion. Me and Jay, we usually get together in person, record that. So that'll be dropping on Boxing Day for you guys. Okay. And that's going to be in place of that week of Late Night Chat. Now, I think on the 28th, she hasn't confirmed the date for me, but it's happening on that last week as well. He's going to get a new killer content with JT and Leslie. I think it might be dropping on the Wednesday on the 28th. Regardless, again, follow us on Instagram. It's gonna land after Christmas on that last week of December. Okay. Then in the new year, okay, on New Year's Day or maybe on January 2nd, depending when we can get it out there to you guys, there's going to be, in place of Late Night Chat that week, you get a clip episode of the best of 2022 on the Late Night Chat network, guys. So we're still putting that together. I'm cutting clips. Julie's going to help me put it together as well. So we're basically going to be putting some of the best moments, funniest moments that we had this past year on some of our shows together for you guys and putting it out as an episode during that week in our absence. Okay. And then, as I mentioned, the episode 200 was originally going to be on January 6th. We had to delay it a week because scheduling didn't work out for all the hosts to be together for that one. So January 13th, Friday the 13th, Jay, we have episode 200. That'll be when we return with Late Night Chat. Because next week's 199, we're saving that episode 200 for you guys. We're going to be all together again in person. So that's going to be a blast, that one. So make sure that you're back for the return of episode 200, guys, for Late Night Chat. It's really cool. Like, we're 4 years in. That's really awesome that we've made it this far in terms of the episodes. And we got, like, a great group of people that we do the shows with now. So, yeah, so definitely check that out. That's going to be a great one. But that week, prior to episode 200, you might also see the return in place of Late Night Chat that week prior to the 13th, the week of the 6th. You're going to, the first week of January there, after the clip show. So maybe on the 9th, you might see the return of Shooting the Shit, guys, with a very special guest. Me and Jay might be rolling up on somebody and bringing our mics along with us. And so stay tuned for that one. I don't want to spoil the surprise yet, but you might get a new episode, which we haven't done in about a year. since the Super Bowl last year with Rob of Shooting the Shit, the return of Shooting the Shit. You might see with a very special guest. That's the show now where we reserve for me and Jay, where we actually get in person with somebody and do the show in person with one another for the guests. So that'll be really good. Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, I saw your list, Julie, but that's okay. But it doesn't matter about us, right? It's kind of to expose other people to stuff. You know what I mean? Like people might check out the things that you suggest that you like, right? That's the whole point of doing this show, is to highlight what we enjoy, right? So like I think that's really great. It's kind of nice to get diverse. I think diverse like kind of answers out there for people, like in like different types of stuff that me and Jay would never talk about. If you're going to mention them and highlight them, maybe somebody else would be into it, right? So yeah, so that's the like I said, guys, lots of great stuff coming up in the subsequent weeks, leading up to episode 200. All the weeks leading up to episode 200, like we have something special planned for you every week. And you also got all very regular monthly shows coming in here at the end of December as well to look forward to. So lots of great stuff coming up, guys. Hey, Leslie. So yeah, let's get into it though. I guess if you wanted to quickly mention it, Drunkcast, yeah, I think was successful. I thought it was a lot of fun. I know we were a little noisy at the end of the night there. We had to be escorted out of the building.
There's a lot of places
I think the Leslie security woman is watching the show right now because she was a new subscriber of ours. Yes, yesterday. So shout out to her. I don't know her name, but she's awesome. But yeah, there's some. I guess there was me and Leslie were in the same room there at the end of the night, and I think there was some maybe some debates going on. Some
the best thing was
off the air arguments. I think let's say some.
The best thing is Leslie's voice. That's her sober voice.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So and she can turn it up just as loud as you, if not louder. Yeah, and that's your drunk voice. That's the best, man. And I was going, could you imagine like having her yell at you at that voice? I can. I mean, I can tell you firsthand. Holy shit, man. That poor security guard that probably heard at the front fucking door, man.
Probably. But yeah, we are allowed to record at Leslie's building, as far as I know. I think she moved things over with them, but a little
She
bit
put
of
him in his. She put the security guard people in their place too.
no. I mean, listen, we were loud. It was late, so it's time to go. It's understandable.
What time did we get out of there? Really, at the end of the day,
after 2, probably.
Because I know I got home. It was like 4 o'clock.
Well, I got home like it was like 3. So yeah,
I slept all day. I don't know. Part of you had to go to work.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I mean, midnight's not a bad time. You normally would never be there that late anyway. So, if we start the episode 200 at 8 p.m., we should be fine to get out of there by that time. There you go, 2:30.
All right, so I was just gonna say
that was a one-off. It was just some of us had been drinking.
It was awesome.
But yeah, there's some heated conversation. I think after the show, I think
Lewis even missed that part too. I think he was gone before that part.
He left by that point. Yeah, there were some heated conversations.
Oh, wow, I know.
Debates. Yeah, some people being held hostage, jumping off the screen slowly when they could. I know about it. And as he should, at a certain point, it's just like, I've had enough of this. And, some heated conversation going on. Let's say. No, so Lewis is no one. Well, I have heard from him, but he's in the doghouse like usual.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
It's not our fault. We didn't.
Nah, it's okay. Listen, we're all responsible for our own, situations, man. So it's.
I love being the sober one in a drunk room, man. If people,
Leslie. Shout out to Christina, his wife. Love Christina, and hopefully she doesn't make him leave the show.
Well, yeah. After we asked her yesterday too. Come on, we need her on watching the Thrones, man.
Is responsible though for whatever
his own actions.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? I can't. It's not us, and it's.
I don't condone.
Exactly. So we can't. we had nothing to do with why he was in trouble.
I'm dropping Niko's beat so. It's all good, bro. We got love for everybody, man. That's it. That's all we know.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I had a great time. I mean, as always, a lot of people stopped in towards the end along the way. joined us on screen. There was some conversation that was had. That game was kind of fun. It kind of asked some interesting questions. I think that one that we busted out, that was
That's a sicked up, fucked up game, man. I don't know, man, where you get stuff like that. Oh man.
I'm happier when I'm drunk, dumber but happier. Yeah. Our respective spouses should start their own podcast. Yeah, really, just complaining about that. That'd be. I would watch that. I think that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I don't got anybody, so I'm good, bro.
Maybe we should convince them.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get all JT's exes podcasts. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. They should definitely do that. I'm all for it. You guys want to do that?
Oh my god, that would be hilarious, dude. I would so watch it, man.
So would I. That'd be good.
Maybe I could be the host. Hey, maybe I could be the host.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can be the host, sure. Hey, ladies.
Hey, ladies.
It's all for the ladies. That'd be the name of the show. It's all for the spouses.
It's all for the spouse.
Hey, that's not a great name. I think that's what we're gonna call it. That's the name of this episode. It's all for the spouses.
I'm so sorry. I can't. You turned me into this one, JT and Lewis show. What the fuck do you do?
But yeah, does anybody want to get into detail about some of the heated conversations that occurred after the show, or
I don't know, man. I really don't know if I mean, straight up, there was Kanye talk, and that's all it took. I'm serious, guys. I'm serious. That's all it took.
Yeah.
I sat back and watched.
Spouse, and they can just bitch about us what we feel. House of Spouse. I think that's what the episode should be pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know why you got. I mean, I understand why you got heated, but at the same time, it's just like, come on now. Oh, no one blames you, Rob. I wish I could have left.
So do I, dude. I was in the same room.
I just closed the browser, I think, towards the end of one of the epic rants that fucking occurred. I just went.
Yeah, I Niko started getting yelling in his ear, and that was it. He just closed the thing. He's trying to talk on his mic.
Listen, man, you gotta hear folks out. I mean, it's
man. That was just
you gotta hear folks out. You gotta have conversations with one another. There could be nothing that where you gotta be civilized.
That's it. I thought it was awesome. I mean, that's this kind of stuff that we need to have recorded on the side, man. This is the stuff
the post
people would pay
show
for, man.
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh
Too
my
bad.
God.
Too bad we didn't get us being asked to leave recorded. That would have been really that's what I mean. All I can do is
Didn't I try to get it at the end when I had it was on? Oh, that wasn't recording. Yeah, it wasn't recording.
Right, so we were off the air at that point, right? So
man,
but it was a good time. First and foremost, I'm just worried about. I dropped beer on the way out. That happened too. You guys missed that one. I put an open can of beer in my bag.
He put two of them. The other one was empty.
Empty though, yeah. But we
I just watched it pour out, man. As soon as you turned, I knew it. As soon as you were bending over. Well, I thought, oh fuck, if there's beer, and then as soon as is there beer?
Fall on me the beer at all? Did it go on my coat?
Yeah, I think it went on your coat a bit, but you're
because I was
waterproof like the jacket.
No, but I was trying to smell it this morning if it smelled like beer, but I didn't feel like it was wet or anything. I don't know.
Well, you got in the car too, probably warmed you up, but I honestly, it wasn't enough. Your jacket beat it off. It just did the same with the bag.
When they were kicking us out the first time, last time.
No, and when we were first and the guy came in the first time, we were actually recording at that time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's what happened the first time.
I didn't even finish all my beers. I think I had 10 beers, and I had some shots. That's quite a bit.
Yes. Yeah.
10 beers, I think, but
I didn't even think. I thought you only had a 2. To be honest with you, I didn't think. I thought you were drinking more shots, but. You guys killed that actual.
Yeah, it's okay. We got out. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what, man? It was
that's when the real yelling began. When it was after the show.
Oh yeah, that's when you can hear us fucking hear them from the fucking front door, man. That's when it was loud. It got loud, man.
Me and Leslie are in the same room. That's gonna be good in person. We're gonna have to wait. The way we got to stage the seating arrangement when we do the show in person is gonna be interesting. We're gonna have to put like quiet people in between loud people.
I always believe that it's got to do with the way you turn the headphones. If you don't crank them up too much, but it's hard because you got to hear everybody the same, right?
Yeah,
But if we're all in the same room like that, we can pretty much hear each other. You still use the headphones, but you can keep them on lower. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have to. Then you can see how loud you're actually talking because
Yeah,
the
we're gonna-
headphones
We're
kind
gonna
of.
have to do a roundup of all the equipment to bring that day, and plus, when we get together to do our late media review, we should go over the new equipment that you just picked up. We secured the equipment, guys. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah, well, I'm just waiting for the mics. That's all. But that's the easy thing. They're coming. They're on their way.
No,
So
no, I'll be okay. It's only when I get really drunk I start yelling at that. I can have
Yeah.
a civilized conversation on a difference of opinion, but I won't be able to have one against racist defense. That's fair, but I mean, like, if that's what you're taking it, right? But
we can't. Yeah, we can't think like we're gonna go that way. It's all good. We just gotta
you
talk like
know,
a regular
you
conversation.
gotta, you know, that's what I mean. If you're gonna,
It's all good.
if you come into it with that attitude, though, I understand that, right? And then that's when you just you can just leave the conversation, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's there's certain things, if that's how you feel, that you shouldn't you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't even bother having a conversation about if that's how you feel.
Waste your breath in a sense.
Exactly. They're not going to get anywhere, right?
Exactly. So, but yeah, man.
Oh yes, yeah. We got a lot of fucking cool things planned for the new year, guys. I really hope everything comes to fruition. We have a timeline because I want to kind of get it done before the summer schedule and by May. So, like, you know, we'll have to see what happens. Although I think that the other one with the car, though, Jay, the idea that we have for that would definitely be something better to do in the summer. So, like, we'll have to see what goes on with that because we don't want you skidding out all over the winter.
Why not, man? It's the
Yeah.
whole point, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love to go in the snow.
Let us get past episode 200. Let's get that finally on the books and get that out of the way, right? Because I think this is a cursed show, and we're doing it on Friday the 13th. So I'm very nervous for this one. I'm just waiting for somebody to drop dead or something out of our crew. Knock on wood. Like, honestly,
Dude, I'm the closest one to having a heart attack so far in this group.
I mean, because like the last two instances of us trying to do this show, we've ran into fucking issues last minute, right? So in terms of like people being available, all being there, and everything else, right? And like, you know, now we've got the extra equipment, we got the idea, we got the location, we're ready to go on that one, right?
No, that would be Canada's best driver.
No.
Okay, what's wrong with you? You guys not remember? It's just I have shitty luck.
Did you see that there's like this like new trend on Instagram videos now? I don't know, like it's weird, bro. Like there's a lot of like on the reels, or like I guess maybe it's on TikTok too. I don't know. But there's all these videos now of like they got like these sound bites out there that makes it sound like they're jerking somebody. So all these girls are putting out these videos where they're pretending like they're getting banged, like they're like, oh yeah, when you talk to some dude and blah 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 happens, and then like it looks like they're getting like someone's having sex with them from behind, or that they're jerking somebody off screen, and then there's like a sound. Like, it's very strange. Like, there's all these girls that are pretending that they're doing this for these videos now, like on the reels of Instagram that I'm seeing now. It's very strange that this is what's the new trend of what things that they're putting out there now in the short clips.
That's hilarious. But
of course, that's my algorithm. I've fallen down this road of this hole now.
I was gonna say,
I don't know,
dude,
man.
I get half naked chicks, yeah, but not nobody trying to jerk somebody off. I know, but I get the naked ones. That's what's happening with me now.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
It's
I
really
get the
weird, though. Like, I'm just surprised that they're like, I don't know what.
I've never seen that.
It's strange, man. Like, there's so many people that's just their shtick, like on the reels on Instagram now.
I have girls eating bananas on my fucking Instagram reel. Okay, I've seen that.
I'm just like, this is a new low, though. No, whatever this is, I'm just like, why are you pretending?
I've never seen that. That's kind of crazy,
yeah.
dude. You know, I mean,
yeah, exactly.
oh, Julie, man.
Go back to this though. This comment. Where is this?
Hmm.
Again, I the one being aggressive because I don't feel like I was like I was debating. I don't feel like I also don't think I was out of line. Like I wasn't fucking. I was
Well,
loud.
I think your loudness can be taken construed with fucking aggression because people
I
don't know
wasn't
you.
angry though about
No,
anything.
I know, but
Yeah,
when you have a few drinks, you're not, you don't just sit back and listen. You keep going. You know what I mean? Like in a sense, like, but that's just like anybody, I guess. When they have, it's just more. It's more. I think you can
I'm just
notice it more
wondering.
with you because you're loud already to begin with,
I
right?
mean, if you want to get aggressive, let's talk. Let's
If
talk.
you're soft spoken, you can take that the wrong way, right?
Let's talk about how I'm first in the football pool now, Rob. As of
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, throw some salt, throw some gas on the fire. Let's do it. You know, that's the smart thing to do, really. You know, I have no idea what the fuck is going. Josh, Josh, he defended his MCU, man. Don't fuck around. He'll defend it till he dies. That kid.
yeah, I don't feel like oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Me and Max. Yeah, I got argued. See, I didn't even know if that was on. Was that after the show too when we were talking about the Marvel movie? I thought we started talking about that on the show.
Oh, I thought that was still
Or
on the
we
show
just
too.
continued after the show.
That switched to a different content. I
No,
think
clearly Rob wasn't around
no.
then, like, cause like I wasn't the one, like, yeah, like that was. I don't feel like I was fucking like that, but that's your opinion.
Yeah, I have no idea
That was
what the
after the
hell.
show. Yeah, well, that I was getting
Oh,
argumentative
okay.
about it, sure, because
Yeah.
I felt like, but that was just trying to make my point. I
Okay,
don't
that
think
was offline.
I wasn't angry about it. Like, but yeah, I think it's about the whole thing about that's what I mean. You can disagree with folks and not be like at odds with them. Like I didn't agree with anything he had to say in terms of his opinions after the show about stuff that we talked about on the show. The Quentin Tarantino thing's interesting though. Like these are coming from the directors like I really enjoy that they're saying that they don't respect like the kind of the Hollywood mentality of the Marvel movies and like that whole production, like the way they churn those films out right now. I understand those are big blockbuster stuff and maybe that's not their thing and they think that cinema like that's not like true. You know what I mean? Like they're not like movies being crafted by like, directors like of their stature in the sense that they have a vision and original idea and everything else for those things, but they're entertaining films. I think that they got to
It's
understand like that is the business nowadays. Like they've been award. Is it a shame that they have to sometimes get like it's hard for people like Scorsese and stuff to get funding for his films? Yeah, like the Irishman, you know how long that took for him to get like that is a shame. I think it is a shame that they have to struggle for that kind of shit right now while these other movies get. But guess what? Those movies make money. So it's a business. You don't have to like it. Like I get it. That's what I mean. You don't have to like it, but I think you gotta it just sounds like such an old man get off my lawn fucking comment. Like it really, like you don't have to like them, you don't have to love, you don't have to support them, you don't have to watch them, but you got to accept the fact that they're out there, right? You know what I mean? Like you can't just be like, oh, this, because like there is good directors that work on those films. There are good actors that work on those films. I think that's kind of, it's.
but it to a point. It is like you said. You go to watch. I mean, you hear who's in it afterwards. You go to watch a. I mean, a lot of people even they judged it even before they went in to see that Batman. This let's say this most recent Batman. They judged it before they even went to see it because of who the actor was
The
going to
cast
be.
is Batman, yeah, exactly.
Right, but once they got to see it and they said he did such a great job, so many of those people had to take their words back, right?
Right.
But you go there they're going there to see that for the character, right? I get that point of it, but I mean, you're still, when you go to see a Quentin Tarantino, you're going to see, or you're going to see a Scorsese, you're going to see it because he does cast certain people.
Well,
So it's the same sort of thing.
Well, Tarantino's whole argument, because I heard the interviews where he talked about it. He was with Tom Segura on Two Bears One Cave, and then he went on Stern and talked about it. He brought up the comments again. His whole thing was like that the people are going to see the characters, the Marvel, because if they're into Marvel or the characters themselves, those are outshining the actual people playing them. That's what he said. I can't necessarily disagree with him there, because if there's a Spider-Man movie coming out, I'm gonna go see Spider-Man. It's true, I don't fucking care who plays him, but that doesn't mean that they don't take the time to actually cast good people in these roles. Like, and whether or not they're big stars prior to being in these movies, I don't think that's really applicable. Right? Like, I don't think that shouldn't be for, you know what I mean? Who cares? Like, and I get his defense of Scorsese was he's an old ass man. Of course, he's not going to be interested in fucking Marvel movies. He's like, I read comics when I was growing up, and yeah, if they came out with these back in the day, I'd be super interested in these movies. For Tarantino said. So, like, I think it's just all about perspective. But I think it's just funny because, like, these guys are guys at the top of, they are also names, Jay. So for them to, you got to kind of give them the side eye when they're making comments about people going to movies to see them because they're superhero films, when most people that like their work are only going to see their film because it's something that they're directing. You know what I mean? Like, so they're just as big of like a deal in that sense. Then I think they're underselling themselves a little bit by saying that, like, you know, hey, we're just, and saying like, oh, I don't like
just
it.
a director.
Yeah, exactly. They're big names too, man. Like, there's a reason why. Like, this is
The reason, but they're saying, I think, to Julie's comment to the production company being bigger, I think it's because the production company is what's doing a lot of the work nowadays when it comes to like the filmmaking, right? Because they're the ones that it's a lot of it's using more green screen stuff like that, different things. So the production into it is a lot more than just a director saying
Yeah.
cut and action, right? You know what I mean? So I get that point too, but I mean, if these guys were smart, like the directors, they would have forged an alliance with each other. Let's just say, like, a fucking, we want to be like MCU and whatever for it, and make a huge company and use it as their own. You know what I mean? Kind of like how they're doing it now, where their production company is big. You know what I mean?
I just think there's room for everybody, and
Yeah,
I
I think
think
there's enough movies to remake out there.
and it's one of those necessary evils that if it wasn't the Marvel movies, if it wasn't Star Wars,
It'd be something else.
if it wasn't exactly, if it wasn't that machine that's going on right now, it would be something else. There's always been blockbuster films in that regard, right? So, like,
Everybody's got to get their turn.
I think for him to make these comments, some of them, like, he's like some auteur from like the fucking 90s that's making indie films that used to work at a video store. Like, I think you could have made those comments maybe back then, but you're fucking Quentin Tarantino now. You know what I mean? Like, you're a big fucking name. Like, it's not like you're the little guy that's maybe speaking out against like what's going on in the industry right now and not getting noticed for your work.
Unless he's speaking of for the little guy.
No, he could be, and yeah, absolutely, he would have a point in that regard. That's the thing.
I'm saying Quentin Tarantino would have a point.
I don't disagree with anything he's saying, but I also just think that, you know, there's two sides to the coin. You know what I mean? It's not just open and shut like that. Like, I say this, so like this is the way it should be. Like, you know what I mean?
But
like,
isn't it like the whole Pokemon thing where they were flipping cards and stuff like that, as where now the collector becomes now the one that is shit out of luck, as opposed to the fucking seller.
And if you recall, there was a certain point where I had to come to terms with all aspects of the hobby.
Yes,
and I remember that. I had to eat my words on all that shit that was.
But it's kind of like the same argument, almost, really, in two different things, right?
Yeah, you don't have to like what's going on, but you got to come to a certain point where you gotta appreciate like that this is like it's just
all of it. This is the way the world's going.
It's throwing shade on like so many people, like even people he's worked with. Like Samuel L. Jackson fucking replied back to that because he was just like, I fucking star in these movies, and he's been in every fucking Quentin Tarantino movie. So, like, you know what I mean? How are you gonna sit there and make comments when fucking one of your collaborators on basically every project that you've ever come out with? And I mean, you know, I get it coming from him too, because he is made the most out of people that were not big names or that were in a bad point of their career, and he fucking found value in people. And
yeah, for sure.
He's known for that. That's what I mean. So, like, again, in that aspect,
and then they went off to do a Marvel movie.
But if he didn't have some cachet behind his name, if he wasn't fucking Quentin Tarantino when these people were put in these films, or he wasn't making these great films, you know what I mean? True. So, anyways, that's all. I won't have to go into the whole thing again, but I just
that was the best. Yes, I remember that. That was online, right? Like that was live, right?
It was. Stay tuned. I mean, that's probably going to be in my top 5. I can tell you right now, probably for the year-end media review. I might even watch it again before that. Like I'm a huge fan of that franchise. Well, here's the thing. I used to be a bigger fan of Kevin Smith when I was younger. I'm still a fan, but not probably as big of a fan. But this is probably seeing the journey that he's taken with the 3 films. And again, it's about friendship, and it's about getting older, and it's about, again, perspective. And you grew with these films. Like the first film was in the early 90s. You want to talk about the indie directors at that time. Like that was when
These are the big guys.
he's part of that wave. He's part of the
Yes.
Tarantino wave.
Yes.
So Kevin Smith. So like to see where it kind of went, and to see the same guys that worked in this. And you know what the movie's about, Jay? It's about making like a movie with your friends. It's like super meta. Like in the third film, the guy in the film wants to make a movie about them being clerks. So it kind of goes all the way back. So then, but it's about
back to like the
about
first
Kevin Smith's experience as a clerk at that time, making the movie Clerks. Like the characters in the movie have basically now are doing what Kevin Smith did, the whole reason he made the first film in the first place. So it all kind of comes full circle. So like that's what I mean. It's like seeing that, and there was some emotional fucking parts towards the end of the movie. Yeah, man, I was shedding tears by the end of it. I thought it was excellent.
I don't think I've ever seen 2, to be honest with you, but I've seen 1.
Yeah, the View Universe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I really, really enjoyed it. As somebody who's been a fan of his since back in the day, and just to watch, I just think this is probably one of his most personal stories, because this is about his life essentially, right? So like, and it's about doing something. It reminds me of like what we do here with the podcast, kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's about doing something with your friends, like, and creating something, and like, you know what I mean? Like it is, and then like, and then life's journey, like what goes on when this shit is happening in their lives, right? Like it really,
and how much
it struck a chord for me, man. Like it was really great, Clerks 3.
And how much shit goes into the behind the scenes shit. Right, and all the awkwardness and all that fun stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'd have to watch them to
I doubt
see how
we get the same reaction out of it. I don't know. I think you have because like I said, I was a huge fan of his stuff. I've seen him talk. Like I went to talks of his at shows. Kevin Smith, like probably like 4 or 5 times I've seen him. I've seen him live podcast. So I've been to a few shows like to see him like personally talk. I've seen all his movies. There was a certain point I felt like he became like too like whiny about certain shit. So then I kind of parted ways with him, because he like at a certain point I felt like the way that I don't know. I heard him on a podcast one time with Adam Carolla, and he thought that Adam Carolla and him were beefing each other. So Adam Carolla invited him on his show, and he came in with like this whole like list of like things that have occurred between them, and like, you know what I mean? Like it was just a bad look, and that was one of the things that kind of made me like kind of think twice about maybe like some of the things that when he bitches about people, like, and tells stories about them. Like he's got many stories where he's talked about his interactions with people in Hollywood and stuff that were entertaining, but then like I felt like he's kind of a crybaby at the same time about a lot of the shit. Like he couldn't back up his own shit, you know what I mean? So like I kind of lost some respect for him at a certain point when I started listening to like all of his podcasts and everything else, right? So yeah, no, it's good. It's a good film. I think you'd like it. So that's that's what I mean. But like seeing this movie, like I'm like, oh, this guy still got it. Like I haven't loved the last few things he's done, but this movie, like as a trilogy of his films, like if there was anything he needed to get right, it was this movie, because that's the whole reason he became a filmmaker, was because of Clerks.
Yeah.
So like to see like,
what year was that too? That original one?
92, 3, early 90s. I
was young. I remember being young, bro.
Yeah, it's early 90s. That was even before like
we were watching stuff like that.
Like Jay and Silent Bob, all that stuff. Like they were characters in Clerks, but yeah. So I was a big fan of his stuff, man. Like I mean, I own all his movies. Like I think
But you were still a couple years before you actually. I mean, 90. If it was early 90s like that, we would have barely been teenagers, if anything, right?
Well, I was a teenager when I first started watching his movies. I was
Yeah,
probably
I figure that much.
yeah, I was probably, 12, 13 when I started watching his stuff. So by that point, it had already been around for a while, and I was kind of aware of it, but I never had watched his stuff. And then a friend of mine was a fan of his brother had a couple of his movies,
Mm.
and we ended up watching it. And also, like, he was a huge geek, like, so at that time, like, he was into things like I was into, like that. He was one of the early adopters of, like, being somebody who was into like, he had actual comic book people in his movie, like Stan Lee is in Mallrats, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, before the Marvel movies and shit like that, this guy had Stan Lee in his film. So he was an early adopter about, like, talking about things that I was really into at that time too. Like, and like, even in his movies, he would make inside jokes about, like, shit that he liked, like Star Wars and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, like, he really was, and he was writing comics at that time too.
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
thought
yeah,
he was doing that too as well.
yeah, he has his own comic book shop. Like, yeah, there was a lot of reasons why, like, I liked him, back then. Like, he just stood for, I think, for, like, a lot of, like, nerds at the time, or geeks. Like, he spoke for a lot of them, I think, at that time. Blunt Man and Chronic, yeah.
Yeah, that was the comic.
And then he became a stoner. So, like, that.
And then he became a stoner, which
Well,
made him
yeah, I
even
know.
cooler.
Seth Rogen, Seth Rogen got him back into smoking weed big time. Like, he did that movie Zach and Miri Make a Porno, and
I,
Seth Rogen, of course, being a big stoner,
he's just a big. He's a pothead too. He's just. I didn't realize until. I mean, I knew he indulged, of course, but I mean, now once it became legal and that kind of shit, he just went all off, man.
oh, Seth Rogen, oh yeah. I mean,
He
he has
was.
that house plant. He has that house plant one, right? That's his company.
I don't even know, bro. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know the companies, the people's names and shit
That's
like
his
that. They have all
company,
kinds.
Houseplant, I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken. And he's I've heard him in interviews, like, he actually takes it very seriously, like, the design of all of his products, like the way everything looks, like he's trying to make weed smoking look cool. Like, you know what I
Well,
mean? Like, in his words, like, he wants it to be, like, stylish and, like,
people don't care, I think, anymore, bro. People walk in there like it's nothing, dude.
I agree, but I think
I think more people go in there than they get. Like more people than you would think.
yeah.
Like me going into these places, yeah. Me going into these places, you see so much people that you just wouldn't expect. Like it's just it's sometimes it's a trip, to be honest with you.
It's
Different
fun,
types of people,
it's
and you
funny
don't even
because, like,
realize.
there's still, like, a stigma, I feel like, around it though.
Oh, there's still people that are shy to say they do it, but they're still nervous to say they do it. I don't know why, man, because they've been labeling people as stoners for fucking so long, right? And making a big deal about it, but yet now they gotta go. They can go get it themselves, and they did it anyways. You know what I mean? Especially half these guys are people's parents. That's another thing too, right? They tell their kids growing up and shit like that. Not to blah blah blah. It was always against the law, and now it changed. So there's gonna be a stigma around it. I mean, I think the same thing happened with alcohol back after prohibition times and shit, man. There became a stigma around at certain places, and fucking, you know, eventually it just became the norm, right? You know what it is too. I think it's a lot that has to do still with the smoking part of it, the aspect, because they're trying to tell you. I mean, they tell you that cigarettes and all that too, right? Everything that they fucking put on the labels of fucking cigarettes nowadays. You know what I mean? But so the smoking aspect of it, I think, is creating a little bit of a stigma because the people that are so highly against smoking probably smoke
Yeah.
marijuana. At least I would think, if anything. But
Yeah.
still, it's a weird stigma. It's a weird. I know what you're saying. I do feel like that
Yeah.
because nobody actually, the customers. I notice, bro, when you go in there, if they're not with somebody like that they're there with, um, they they don't talk to anybody else. It's like in and out. You just talk to the person that's in the cash. They give you your shit, and that's it. They're out. Nobody interacts like
Yeah,
they
because
would.
I
You'd
think
see it.
edibles is more socially acceptable now, or for whatever reason. Like, it's weird because, like, the fact that the stigma has continued past the point of legalization is pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I think Yeah, I heard about that. They're allowing you to buy more or something or more potent
I
shit.
would like more
Right?
potency.
Yeah.
But
So
the problem is when it gets too potent, man,
I never had any
you
of the
get a hangover. You really do.
I never had any of the beverages. I heard they're shit though. So like
That's what I
edibles.
mean. I'd wait till they were stronger.
Yeah, well, I'm a lightweight now in comparison, but like I mean, because now like with the edibles, like edibles usually get me pretty good to be honest with you. But like I've heard that the drinks are even like are shittier than the edibles. So then I haven't bothered with them. Right?
The edibles, to be honest with you,
Five drinks, okay. You can buy
the
up to
edible
48. Oh, yeah. What were you gonna say?
48 beverages.
Apparently, you can buy up to 48. That's what she just said. They just, I think, this past week or something. I think they just said that like they've pushed the.
So they want you to buy the cases now, man. Fuck, they're not even fucking around. Hey, just buy the whole 2 for it.
Yeah. Jay's like 48. Jay's like on his phone ordering them to his house right now.
I know they're only 10 milligrams, but if you drink enough, the 10 milligrams adds up, man.
Yeah. Oh.
Takes a little while.
Yeah, that works for you. Yeah, I don't know. I've never bothered. I've wanted to try it, but I haven't. Yeah. Yeah, they're too expensive.
Yeah. I if once they raise the milligrams, I'd be all down for that, man. Once they start allowing to raise the milligrams, and then that would help me out a lot. But yeah, it would take me all 48 in one shot. Like you'd have to pour it down. What are those things? A funnel?
Yeah.
You'd have to let it just, and I'd have to do it all in one shot to get a feeling, right? Man, that would be bad. But yeah, so but honestly, I think it's the stuff. People, a lot of these companies take take a lot of pride in their growing too. I noticed that, man. I didn't realize that until I started purchasing, because then you start to see what you're actually getting. And I showed you that bud yesterday that I kept. I don't know if you remember, but
yeah, I do.
If you actually look at, they're actually really good looking too.
The bud that you had, yeah, it smelled
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I was all right. I haven't. I tried one of them yesterday. It was kind of fucked up, but I'll tell you by now. Yeah, I know people had. So I mean, I could. Yeah, that's the what I had. One shot at one time, and that first time I've ever tried one like that, a 1500 milligram, right? Bart. The first time, like a shatter one or whatever the fuck that was. The first time, yeah, the chocolate.
You went to I
You
went
can
to
get-
I went to a dab bar in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh,
So because
You
yeah, I
get-
never talked about that yesterday. Weed is really weird there. It's like
What do you mean?
they had stands on the street, like where the bar areas are, where they're selling joints. But then at the same time, they say weed's not legal there. But then I'm like, there's a lot of synthetic shit out there too down there. But the shit that we were getting wasn't that. But they say like there's some weird, they're very strange where they're like, it's not legalized, we're pushing for it to get legalized, but the way that this specific shit is grown, there's like some sort of weird loophole where they're able to sell it even though it's not legalized, because there's certain aspects that are legal for them to do so. It's very fucking strange. I was trying to wrap my head around it when I was down there. Like I got to the point where I'm just like, yeah, but if I give you money, you're going to give me this, and this is going to get me high. Okay, then why are we having this conversation? Like, it just seemed fucking weird. Like, no, just seriously, Jay. Like, and there's stores. There was dab bars, because at first we didn't know if you're going to be able to, like, so we had to look it up. Like, we were able to find somewhere. So, like, okay, well, let's go see what they have to offer there. They have edibles, but then they also have the thing where they set it up with the dab, which I've never done. And that got me fucked up. But apparently that's like shatter, like the shit that they put in the dab. It's like whatever they're putting in there is like a crazy fucking amount in like one toke. Like you can take a couple of dabs and you're fucking good, man. Like that thing. It's like they come out with like a small little bong type of thing. And then you gotta like suck it up, like you know what I mean? Like you like release the I don't know. Have you ever done the dabs before? Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I mean, it got me pretty good.
Yeah, it's potent, man.
Legal to sell, but not legal to it's like something like that. I don't know. No, it's not even that though. Like it's just the way the type of weed they were selling. I guess the way it was curated, like the way they kind of got it. Yeah, like it's like there's some sort of weird loophole like that. But it was just weird because we didn't know if we were going to be able to get it. And then like there's places all over the place where you can get it out there, and it was actual weed, right? Like they fucking got dab bars, right? Yeah, shatter and dabs are the same. Yeah, which I didn't know. Like I had to explain. I think Peter had to explain that to me after we fucking. But like, so I
They're
didn't.
fucking hardcore, bro. Like that's what I
They
mean.
are, but that's what I mean. Like I didn't know what I was getting myself into because I knew that I've heard dabs are fucking. They're
It's
strong.
like getting high for the first time.
Well, because there's so much compressed in the
It's
dab that you're
concentrated,
taking.
bro.
I didn't know that though. So we walked out of the fucking place after I did it, and then Peter was explaining that to me. I was like, "Oh fuck, are you
It's
serious?"
it's like the stuff that's kind of like almost in here, man. Just
Yeah.
hard and like you know what I mean. It's almost like
Yeah,
the fucking stuff that's in the vape, in a
yeah,
sense,
man. I was flying after I went to the dab
percentage
bar.
wise.
Fucking trust
Yeah,
me, like I fucking took 2 tokes, I think, and one was like probably like half of fucking one. Like I took the actual, the thing where they burning it, the weed out, like like when you like
the pipe,
suck it all in the pipe. Yeah, exactly. And
special pipe. I know it's different.
yeah, it's kind of like a bong, but like it was like specifically the way that they're burning it on there.
Well,
Like it
didn't
gets
you have like a little propane thing?
yeah, it's like a jet fuel kind of like type
Yeah.
fuel that they come out with the dab. Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, man. It was interesting and it's weird because they the way they have it set up, you're literally at like a bar. So it's
Didn't
like
burn your hand.
you're like literally like sitting up at like a bar stool type of scenario, and the woman comes and you got to pick a flavor. They give you like a menu, and you got to pick a flavor, and she comes around with it, and she heats it up, and then you fucking go down the line if a couple of you want to take a toke or
You
whatever,
know what?
right? Oh
It
yeah.
must be the way they hand it
I
to you.
almost did. She warned us though, because she's like, if you touch it here, like it's gonna be very hot if you're new to it. Like she's like, be careful. Like, no, it's true. You could burn your hand very easily.
I know, but you know what? I'm just trying to think of that law. Wonder if it's the way they handle it to you as a person. Like if that's the way the law is. Like you see how she lit it up, but she didn't actually physically like give it to you. It was almost like you had to take it yourself.
So that's the dab bar though. But then when you're on the street, they literally had fucking stands set up on the street, Jay. You just give them money and they give you joints. Like that's what I mean. Like it's very fucking strange.
But isn't it a package?
It's apparently the way that they grow it or something like that. There was
Weird.
yeah, I mean, I
We'd have to look it up. No, it's
look it up, but like it's like I told you, they were trying to explain it to us when we were out there, but it was just weird because like that's not a place where it's legal, but yet they were selling it, and it was not like the synthetic shit, it was actual weed, right? So I don't know why it's this weird runaround that they have of sorts there, right? Like, and it's like, and and it was fine. It got me high. Like, it's not like it was shit. Like, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's Delta 9. Yeah, I think some of it was that. Is that synthetic, that one? That's what I think it was called. I think you got it. I believe I heard that when I was there at some
Maybe.
point.
Yeah, maybe that's different. I don't know.
I think that's what it was. I remember, I believe Delta something. Yeah, I think I
Maybe
heard
that. Maybe that's the way they. Well, I'm just saying it's like a place. Some of the places
it's a component. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, it's
they
straight.
leave something in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
they probably leave something in the
Straight.
strain.
It's like the way that they grow it or something like that, that they're allowed to sell it because of that specific type of thing. So some places just outlawed Delta 9. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So there's some weird gray area with the way that they sell weed out there.
The U.S. always has to be fucking complicated.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it was
state.
strange. It was strange. The rules down there are a little different than here, right?
Well, it's kind of weird too that you go to a
and
you
then
go to a place.
no.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
That you go to places that are dry, like fucking no drinking, but then your other places you get fucking hammered off of in the same fucking state. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it.
It's ridiculous, but that's what the backwards, like the laws there are so back that
The way of thinking is backwards.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's like they haven't advanced, I think, in certain aspects of their culture.
There's certain places, yeah. You would think as big as the U.S. is and how many fucking people, it's all concentrated along the sides, right, along the water.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's not enough There's still a lot of places that are old school inside the middle.
Even though, like in the States, though, you've heard about it before. Like it's the same shit though too in the States. Like our strip clubs are way crazier than they are in the States, because in the States they all are mostly they have
topless
stuff on. That's right, they're just topless, or maybe not even that. Like, and there's no like the way that they do all that kind of stuff is different too. Like our it's weird because like some of their like culture is so like sexually like it's so strange because it's a religion too, a lot of it, like a
Well,
lot
that whole Bible Belt in the middle
That's
still
right.
exists, right?
That's right. Well, that I like I told you, went to the fucking the JD thing,
You
and
guys are like right dab in the middle, bro.
you can't buy liquor there.
But I'm pretty sure that part is in the Bible Belt, bro. That's the fucking funny part.
Well, that place
It
is
goes across.
the
Yeah,
place that we were at, yeah, because we had to go, we had to drive out like an hour from where we were
for
when we
sure.
went
Then,
on that tour, right? So
because the Tennessee is such a big state, right?
yeah,
So I mean, it probably does stretch in that area. But that's crazy, man. There's a lot. Yeah, I could just imagine. Like the rules are so messed up. There's like a big divide too with that Bible Belt that creates that big
yeah,
divide too below with the rules. But then you got places like New York. You got fucking peep shows and this and that. Like and like it's nuts, man. There's certain areas, and then you wonder why people crowd to those areas and live there and
yeah.
want to be there. You know what I mean?
But then if you go to the strip, like where the bars are, it's party central, right? That's what I mean. It's very strange. But then that's why you got like pockets of like stuff like that going on.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not like across the board. That's what I mean. Like it's weird. The rules were, it was hard to wrap your head around it when you're down there, because that's what I mean. Like at a certain point where I'm just like, why are we like they gotta like, why are we going through all this, bro? Like, here, I'm gonna give you money, you're gonna give me weed. I'm gonna be on my way. Like, I don't know why we gotta go through all this. Like what's going, and like for us coming from Canada now where everything's like all that's legal, like it's just ridiculous, right? Like, so I'm just like, I don't know why we're fucking having this conversation about are you not selling me weed? Like, it seems so strange to me. I was like,
Well,
what?
that's the one thing we don't have yet is vendors on the side. They're like anywhere,
Right.
That's the one thing.
They had it there though. That's
crazy.
Did like
I can't wait.
We didn't notice it there the first night we went. Like when we were at the bars, like we probably just like saw like, but then like the next day, clear as day, after we fucking found the dab bar where we thought was going to be one of the only places you can get it, there was literally a stand with like a big marijuana leaf on the fucking strip by the like bars that we were at, and we're just like, what the hell? Like you could just, and then like coming back from the football game, the same thing. There's just like a stand by the bridge. It's kind of cool because it was like finding water in the desert. Like we're like, seriously, like there's fucking just swipes on the way there. They're smart though. They so where the game is, there's a bridge that everybody in the city that's just walking there or whatever goes and crosses the bridge. So like it's like when you get out like downtown with like the AC, like when you get out from a game from Blue Jays, or it's kind of like one of those situations. But like, so everybody's coming back on the bridge like after the game. It's like packed, right? So then you got people like with coolers there selling beers on the bridge. You know what I mean? Like, so, but it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, listen, you play at your own. If you're gonna buy a beer, you probably can't walk around with it, but it's up to you if you want to try it out, right? And go for it, right? So it's like so it's just like shit like that. Like I don't understand, right? Like they sometimes, some things they take very seriously, and then other things it's just like some weird gray area where they're just like, oh, go for it. Well, head on.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But that's it's just I guess it's just a weird, it's just a weird divided state, man, with everything. You know what I mean? They got to make sure that they follow. I don't know. I guess because they're the seller, they got to make sure they follow everything the right way.
Yeah,
too, right?
and to our point about saying about the religion out there too being the way it is, there was a guy on the bridge that was trying to fucking like take people away from football to join the church. He's just like, oh, don't go to watch this football game. These are all fucking people that are going to watch a football game, and this guy's out there trying to fucking corral people for the church or something. I'm just like, get out of here. Because that's the Lord's day, Jay. You can't. That's the number one issue that they have when people don't go to church in the States, is because it's football on Sunday. Right? So that is their
pretty sad, eh?
Either have your religion is either God or football, right? Out in the States, right? So it's interesting. So we see the guy trying to sit there and fucking pipe off about the church, and he had all these signs, and he was trying to like get people to come talk to him, right? So
I think he never won you guys over.
No, of course not. They told him fucking where to go if you fucking try to get me out of there over there.
Oh, my brother and Angelo didn't just start praying with the guy.
No.
Oh, I was wondering, like
no. But if anybody out of the group was going to, yeah, I'm sure it would be them. You're not gonna see Peter praying with them.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
You and Peter be, laughing and walking away,
I'm a
going
fucking.
to get your dabs.
I was a degen that weekend. You know what? I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you couldn't even understand the guy's rules. If you were normal, you probably could, but you were probably already half in the bag when you were trying to get him to explain the
I was.
fucking dab
Yeah,
rule.
yeah.
What the fuck was he trying to say to me, guys?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you would have figured it out, man. Oh, that's too funny, man.
Yeah. So.
But you guys had a good time out there, I take it, man.
Oh yeah, it was.
And everybody came back. I know we
Like I
talked
said,
about it.
You could see us. We were laughing about it on the drunk cast last night about certain things, man. So yeah, we had a great time. We always do. It was nice because that's just one of those weekends you get together. Like it's. I don't think I laughed that much in so long. You know what I mean? Like so, it's always good for that kind of stuff. Like we always have so many laughs about certain stuff. Like when you do this stuff too, it's fun and we have laughs. But it's one of those things where it's just like sustaining it. Like when you're with people for like a few days, like it's like, you always get worried that it's gonna run its course at a certain point, and sometimes it does. Like towards the end of the weekend, you're just like, I'm tired. Like what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to be with these fucking guys. Just get me home.
Not only that, yeah. When I'm on my way back, I'm a completely different person. I was fucking like just done, right? So it's interesting to see like.
It's like I gotta work this week.
Yeah,
I gotta go back to fucking reality.
Yeah.
Guys, can we go back to Nashville? He used to get in his head.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I could see it, man. Everybody on the way back must have been busy. I was hoping that you would have had a video. I was saying yesterday that
that's when you get the PPD, the post-party depression.
I thought that was an erectile dysfunction thing that you were gonna fucking say.
Post-party depression, bro. It's after when you like reevaluate your life after fucking partying too hard. You're like, what am I doing?
What am I doing? I'm getting too old for this shit.
That's how I feel every drunk cast. The next day, I'm just like, oh, like
you can tell.
Such an ass. I'm just like, oh man.
I party too much.
People are messaging me, telling me that I was talking about shoving things up my ass. Like.
I didn't say anything, bro.
No, I know. I mean,
I mean, don't worry. I totally forgot about that until I seen it.
What I say, it's not it's just funny for the most part, anyways, right?
I know, man. You go off sometimes. Those are the best ones.
Now I came on the show here today. People were telling me I'm fucking becoming aggressive and I'm yelling.
Oh, I don't know what he's talking about, bro. Man. I don't know what he's talking about,
man. Fucking and like and this and that, whatever else. Like people are arguing about stupidness. I don't know what that's all about. People are in trouble the next day. Like,
oh man,
I'm pretty sure you were getting the text because I was ignoring I didn't know my phone was going off about my whereabouts last night. Remember, so I got it. I worried Christine a little bit because I came home late, right? So just shit like that. It's unavoidable sometimes.
Well, that part was my fault too. Sometimes I keep in the car where I was having a smoke, shooting the shit. But sure. Sure. We took the long way home.
Yeah.
Niko likes to talk when he's drunk. It's fun, and I get to be the guy that listens instead of the other way around. Yeah. So it's pretty cool, man. And it's awesome. But yeah, man, it was just a good show. Like I said, even with my brothers on there, they always like to make their appearances. Oh, we had
Peter messaged me. He's like, "Oh, you fucking should have told me. I thought he was aware, but I guess not." And
he doesn't look at his thing.
He said he would have jumped on if he knew. He said, but so that's what I mean. Like I didn't really put the word out as good as this time around. I just kind of was just looking just to chill and see what happens, and hopefully people knew or they saw the post and. I didn't tell anybody really. I mean, there were some people in passing. I'm like, hey, we're doing a drunk cast, but I kind of just wanted to see how it went, right? Because it's been a year since we did one of these, right? So I mean, I'm sure we can do one again in the summer, or something like that again when we're on our summer schedule. But oh yes, it's half dead dog party. But they're fun, but I can't. Like somebody was saying, oh yeah, you should do them more often.
Tank. Was it Tank?
Yeah. I'm like, we can't do these on a regular basis. Like this is a special show. Like I'm gonna become an alcoholic. Like I I already do it. I already drink when we do the battles. Like, we can't just do these fucking every week, like late night chat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. That's, or else they wouldn't be special. Like, I think it's a special event, you know, when we do the drunk cast. Like, that's, yeah.
Yeah, we can't drink every fucking.
Friday nights would have been better. I had to work. That's why we couldn't do it on Friday. I was gonna. We always used to do them on. Always usually do them on Friday. Saturday, it was kind of like it was like a, you know, with a schedule, it just turned out that way. But yeah, no, you're right. I agree with you, Rob. And
Why? What should have been?
well, maybe he would have been able to join us for longer. Then maybe that's why he's saying that. I think he's talking about the drunk cast. They should be on the Friday. They normally are. I think it was just I couldn't do it this Friday, and then because of the everything we've had planned recently, it really just like in Jay's schedule with him working nights, you know what I mean? So like it was the only day that kind of like worked out, and at the end of the day. But I'm with you. Yeah, normally I would do it on a Friday. Yeah, biannual. Like I could do it twice. I say we can do it twice a year. We didn't do it this summer. We dropped the ball there, but like I could see us doing it again this summer. People like the show. I get it. Like it's fun, man. You know, it's
it's interesting because they get to find out a lot of stuff from all our hosts and stuff. Man, I know they do. That's why they love the show.
That's why people come through. They're taking notes.
You're taking notes, man. So when they do come on the show
for a year, oh, Canada Day is a good time too. Yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't be open to doing it like at the start of the summer schedule or something, you know what I mean? Like around early with the summer schedules. If we do that again this year, like that would be okay. And Christmas for sure. Yeah, we've always done one at Christmas.
I could do them whenever. I don't drink, so we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. No, if I was giving you a hard time about that, I knew you said you were busy last night. I think when you came on. So no, that's cool. Listen, man, it happens. We appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, I didn't really put the word out there like that I know you knew, like all the hosts knew, but like
I'm surprised Peter didn't see it on Instagram, man, or anything.
I guess he didn't jump on there. He just got a new phone apparently, so yeah, a couple of months off to recover. Yeah, we can definitely do one, I think, towards the summer. Just remind me, and yeah, we can definitely do it. I think that'd be. Wait. I want to do the 24-hour show, man. Like, I think that's like that should be the kickoff. I think to the.
That should be as you're drinking at the same time.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely be drinking
all in one.
Then you can see me be drunk and then sober up again.
Oh man, it would be
great. I can't imagine. It's like, who is this guy talking about shoving things up his ass? Nice. I'm glad you saw it with company. Like,
yeah, exactly. I wonder who the company was.
That's why Rob didn't want to go on. He's like, you're part of this group? Rob's like, yeah, these are all, it's all my family and friends. And like, shit up my ass.
Oh,
sure, we could. I mean, we would have to work it out. That's the one thing we didn't talk about when we got together that I forgot about when we got to the meeting. So, I mean, there would have to be more discussion of this, but I think, and not everybody has to be on for a full 24 hours. I was thinking if we did it, we could have like people do shifts or something like that, right? Because now JT could definitely do the night. I mean, listen, I would
fall asleep. I'll be behind me, man. You guys can just watch.
Listen, I'll sit in for as long as I can. Like, don't get me wrong. I would like to try to do it for as long as possible, but as long as we have somebody kind of jumping on when the other people aren't, then you know what I mean? Like, we should always have at least two people on screen. I think if we could do something like that, where we have like this person's on between this time or wherever else, right? So,
well. See, the problem with the drunk cast too, and I noticed this is that
they already know what I'm like. Okay, so
everybody,
who's this drunk asshole?
Nobody knows, huh?
No, I'm like, who is this drunk asshole?
Yeah.
Niko. It's okay.
But nobody knows when to talk, right? Everybody just keeps talking, man. Like we're all in person.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. Like because they're.
Well, now you guys finally know my pain, because I think enough of us now have seen it or experienced it when we've had guests on, or you guys have been on the end of maybe not having the mic setups and everything else, is that StreamYard's not kind to different setups like that. Like if someone talks, it mutes the other fucking person like out like completely, and they can be just talking, thinking that you're hearing them. And like the problem is with the different setups and no mics and no headphones and everything else is that's what ends up happening sometimes, is that you get interference on the audio. So like to even convert this, if we were to ever put this out, but going back to podcasts, it's not even going to be a good quality fucking podcast audio. Like we would have to have everything running through the mixer setup that I have. You know what I mean? Like, remember, that's why we bought that recorder. Like, it's for that kind of stuff. But like before, when we used to do that, Jay, it was you and me in a room in person. So we were able to control all the audio that came in that way, well, on our own system. Now that it's coming from everybody else's computer source, it makes it a little bit more complicated. You know what I mean?
This is a lot harder to do talking like that personally, because one-on-one, it's hard until you know when to give the other person a break, or the other person knows when to give you a break. It just becomes a little bit misconstrued, and everything starts to get a little bit complicated in trying to listen on the other end too. I'm pretty sure on the YouTube area. I don't know if it was now there. I know there was a program. I don't remember if it was Duo or whatever too. It literally lights a box around the person that's talking, and it shuts the other person up.
Yeah, I think Zoom has that feature. Streamer have that feature. Like that's Zoom does that, because then what ends up happening with that is it actually will change the camera aspect as well, like to the person that's talking, the one that's highlighted. But then again, if the other person speaks, it'll bounce from camera to camera on who it's highlighting. Like I've seen interviewers use that on podcasts before. And if the interviewer says something or the other person makes noise, the camera will flip back and forth. And sometimes the camera flips to somebody that you actually don't want on there because they'll make a noise while the other person's talking. And then all of a sudden it'll flip to the person that's not the person who's speaking at that moment in time. You know what I mean? So yeah. But that's why the interface is good. Like, great, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And what happens is when like I remember when I did the court thing.
Else, I'm sorry, I'm sure.
When I did the court thing, like 16, that when I did the 160, whatever, right? I had to do court. Yeah. They had it where there was like 30 of us on there, right?
Yes.
And we're all on the fucking camera, but yeah, you couldn't even them. The judge would have to fucking be a little patient, because you'd have to tell certain people to shut up. Really, at the end of the day. Right, because he's trying to get something across, or he would have his secretary girl that's fucking typing everything.
Right.
Try to get everybody to shut the fuck up. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm not concerned about that during a drunk cast. That's kind of part of the fun. That is a bit of a mess. No, seriously. I know. But that's why the stuff that we got to better coordinate the episode 200, hopefully. And it seems like the connection was a lot better than it was last time that we were there at Leslie's, because they had just gotten the Wi-Fi at that time, I remember. No. So I'm pretty confident it's going to go a whole hell of a lot smoother with this new setup that we have now, than the last time, because I don't see any issues other than internet connection that we could run into now with the audio side of things. Because
knock on wood.
Yeah, no, I don't. I honestly don't, though. I mean, like you said, we just talked about the whole.
Your computer shut off for no reason.
That was 4 or 5 hours in, though.
No, it overheated the fucking thing.
I just had to, but then once I restarted it, it was fine, right? It just it was just that was, there. You're right. We did drop out for a moment there, but that was for 10 minutes in a fucking 5-hour broadcast. So right?
No, I know. I just was like, what the fuck happened? I thought we finally broke the computer, man.
Interruptions. Well, whatever. That's
what they did.
It's fun. It's fun.
The security cut the fucking Wi-Fi to your computer. You were talking to that.
They're like, no, bro. What do you mean? I'm like, they're on to us.
They're on to us. They know where we are. We were in the fucking worst room, man. They can hear it. That's what I mean. In that room, you can hear you all the way we can hear each other to the fucking front of the fucking building.
Next time we can go for a dip in the pool. We should just fucking take the phone over to the pool, and I'll fucking jump in the pool, and then I'll come back and I'll be soaking wet and on all over all the computer shit.
You can do late night in the shower, bro. They even have showers there too. There you go.
Shower network, yeah.
There you go, bro.
I think she's got. Did Leslie have a sauna?
They do in there, man.
There you go. So
they do. I've seen it, bro. I've seen it all.
Yeah, cannonball to start the episode. We can make this happen.
Oh yeah. Who would do the cannonball though?
No, I wouldn't do cannonball.
I vote Rob.
Yeah. So what else? You enjoying the holiday season there?
Not at all, bro.
I know he's not your favorite. That's why he said
not at all, man. I'm gonna be burnt out, man. Come January, I'm gonna be fucking burnt the fuck out, man. I'll tell you that much.
I know.
You're
gonna be seeing me next week. We're fucking recording 5 episodes next week. Get ready for it. It's gonna be fun.
We just did 4, man. What did we do this week? What did we do? We did
We did
Thursday, Friday.
2 Watching the Throne episodes we recorded this week, and then we
Yeah.
also recorded the drunk cast, and now we're here today. Yeah. So
Yeah, look, we've been.
and then
yeah.
after this week, we got to record Late Night at the Movies, the year-end media review show, and we got to record 2 more episodes of Watching the Throne again to get us through the new year. So yeah, he's a grumpy old man for sure.
Why? What did I do? Oh, about Christmas.
Your
Fuck
Christmas
Christmas.
spirit.
Fuck Christmas, man. There's nothing special about Christmas.
So I rewatched Scrooge already. I got my notes down for that one. That's a good one, bro. Still,
I gotta rewatch it. I know. I gotta fucking.
It's hilarious. It's
hard when you fucking
his,
just.
his comments are the best in that movie.
I know they're dirty too.
Yeah. He's like, when I'm working, you're work. When I'm working late, you're working late. He says, he yells this to his secretary.
Secretary, yeah.
When I'm working late, you're working late. When you can't work late, I can't work late. When I can't work late, I can't work late. Because he's trying to tell her like she has to stay late. Yeah, I saw that. 220.
I don't know, man. Yeah, that was weird.
The security lady is one of the subs.
It just keeps going up slowly, man. People want to listen. I don't know what we're doing right.
She's keeping an eye on us now.
That's it. That's what she's doing. I see her in the chat.
Imagine it's just like security lady.
101.
Like this.
Yeah. This guy, you got what's his name? Paul Blart?
Yeah.
No.
She's nice. I don't know her name, but she was nice, that lady. But yeah, it was,
We should have got the bitchy guy to fucking. That guy, I was ready to fucking tell him off, bro. I was biting my tongue, man. You know, I was really doing my fucking very best.
Mustard. I was very
trying to get Niko all packed and ready to go into the car, man.
JT is gonna get a late night chat tattoo when we hit 300.
Yeah, but it's gonna look like the 300 from fucking, the Warrior, like the
300 the movie.
The Knights, yeah, the movie, yeah, like that. Yeah, that's
Sparta.
what we're gonna do. Yeah, Sparta. It'll be like it. Yeah, come with me, needs to Greek, okay? We made it clear last night. I'm pretty sure you made it clear to everybody that you were half Greek. So
I know that's what I was just saying. That's the best. I don't think anybody represents the channel better than you. And yeah, I heard your Greek comment. Fuck off. I don't think anybody represents the channel better than you and Leslie, man. You guys just
try. We're old people. We try, man.
Hey, hit subscribe. Give your.
That's right, bro. Fuck him. My boss is fucking subscribed now. He always he made a comment about it on my Christmas fucking card that he gave me.
Oh, so, yeah?
Yeah. So
your Christmas sweater this year? You know, the one that you got last year? You're gonna be
where the fuck is it, man? That's what I gotta find, bro. I don't know where it is.
It looks like JT with glasses on, like on his sweater, bro. You gotta wear that.
It's rock that shit, bro.
Bust it out for the episode next week. That's our Christmas episode right there, like next week. So
I don't know. Julie wants me to be Christmassy.
Niko No Nails. Yeah, that's right. That's my name.
Because he bites his fucking nails all the time.
Niko No Nails. That's my mafia name. It's like Tony 2 times. I'm gonna go get the paper. Get the paper.
Oh my god.
Mine is just me trying to pathetically like open something that I can't fucking do because I have no nails. They call that guy Neeks No Nails.
It was still hard to do. I'll give you that much. It was still, even with nails, bro, it was still fucking hard to do.
I know. And then you fucking handed it back to me. All you did was like push it up, like for me. I'm like, what are you doing?
I opened the top part and pushed it up. Now you can do the rest, man.
There were some stupid questions in there, but there were some good ones too. I think it kind of helped spark the conversation.
Well,
anyways, right? So
there were some dirty ones.
Well, that's why those are the ones I was seeking out towards the end. I'm just like, let's just throw these ones out there because it kind of got people talking a little bit, right? Talking about shoving things up their ass and.
I'm sorry, bro.
Better put that Christmas sweater on, bro. If I was on the episode last week and the next week I would. I have mine. I got my the shitters full sweater.
Yeah, but I got a better one than that, bro. You know,
shitters full.
I got two actually. I got a Habs one and I got a fucking other one that is
I think
damn
we just
sexy.
about dick and drugs all night, probably. I know. Julie put a comment.
That's why there was a lot of girls in the chat there.
Julie, yeah, monitoring us. Julie is like, Julie
ready to close us out if anything.
Yeah, Julie was watching the show today, and she put a comment up on the video like, "Jesus Christ, this episode was filthy right from the start." That's pretty much the Drunkcast, though. Our first episode of the Drunkcast, if you look in the playlist, it's called "Too Much Wiener Talk" because we talked about dicks. I think for like majority of the episode for whatever reason.
I never talked about. Oh yeah, I probably did.
That's the name of the episode. It's called "Too Much Wiener Talk," the first Drunkcast episode.
No,
Go check your
I know
stats.
about the wiener. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I can't remember that one that far back.
That was the one where we got Julie. She took a picture of you and me in the room here where we used to podcast, and she fucking made us look like hot dogs, and we're just like in the picture. You ever see that one? Hold on, I'll show you.
Yeah, it's the one I think like the one you used to do. Remember when you and Peter and Jesse were fucking?
Oh yeah, we did the hot dog meme thing to each other. Yeah, we kept taking pictures.
Taking pictures of hot dogs.
Jesse has one with like his like a baby, like one of I don't know which son it is or whatever, but he has a picture, and like instead of the kid, there's a hot dog in his hands.
Bro, you guys should bust one of those out for a Nashville picture if you had one, man.
Yeah, we're mature.
Yeah.
It's like about the drilling of the
That was
bunghole.
only last year. That was only last year or 2 years ago. So it's not really that far fetched. Oh
Here,
man,
this is the Drunkcast picture.
it's always the first one is always that Seinfeld thing.
Oh yeah, the airing of the grievances picture. Yeah, that was the name of the episode last time. We actually tried to do that last time, right? We actually aired out the grievance airing happened after the show this time around. Yeah, see?
Okay. She's like, I miss half the fucking show. Yeah.
You're like dabbing.
Oh,
For anybody that can see that, there you go.
there you go.
That's me and Jay as hot dogs.
So
Too
that
much
happens.
wiener talk. That was the name of the first Drunkcast.
No, the original fucking photo I think I have. Remember?
Yeah. Oh look, so like the other Drunkcast, the
Almost had a
Festivus.
hairline.
Hey, the Festivus Drunkcast is getting all kinds of views now too because it's that time of year. Yeah, it's getting some views. We're almost over 200 with that one now. It says it's called Festivus and the airing of grievances, and it has the Seinfeld picture. That's why we got a thumbs down here. People sometimes they come across. Yeah, see 3 views within the last few days.
Because people think it's the show, eh? Suckers.
Yeah. So.
Eh?
Yeah. So you've been enjoying Game of Thrones so far. Then you've been enjoying the rewatch.
Dude, I've been and I'm so like pissed off because there's nothing to really watch right now. I know they stop at a certain time.
You know what
Right,
you should watch that's coming out right now on Apple TV? You might like it, man. You should try out this show. I just found out that it came back just this week, and I guess it's been coming out weekly the last few weeks. You like that guy from that fucking soccer show, Rob McElhenney, the guy that's with Ryan Reynolds. He's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He has a show on Apple too that's called Mythic Quest. They're like video game designers. You should watch that. It's actually pretty funny.
It's probably Ryan Reynolds money too, man. 'Cause
Probably.
he has his own Ryan Reynolds money because I think he has one of those companies too, man.
Well, no, Rob McElhenney has he's one of the creators of It's Always Sunny in Philly. This is his show.
Yeah, I know. I get that part, but is it actually a show or
No, it's
an
on
actual
Apple.
video?
You should check it out. No, it's a show. It's a show.
Okay, so it's not talking about a video.
No, it's a comedy. The guy he runs his own video game company, like computer game company. It's funny, man. You might like it. Actually, it's pretty good. Like this is the 3rd season. It's out right now. Like it's still new episodes are still coming out, and I didn't know it came back, so I'm gonna go watch it.
I don't think I've seen it.
You might like it actually. Like you don't have to be into video games, but it's just like it's like an office comedy type thing. But like it's like
Yeah.
But I know you're not huge on the comedies usually, but like it's pretty good.
Comedies, yeah.
I like it. I think you might like it, honestly.
I like the cartoon comedies, to be honest. The adult comedies that do the cartoon. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. That's the best.
But I like it. It's about like the guy has a company like for anybody out there that knows like the like it's like Warcraft, like that kind of video game. Like it's like an open world kind of thing, like where like you have like characters in the game and stuff like that. So there is some in type jokes that's about like gamers and stuff like that on the show too. Actually, Julie, you might like it. But there's also like just the absurdity of like he's like an Apple, like Steve Jobs type of visionary dude. So he doesn't know how to fucking do anything for himself anymore. Like he doesn't know how to like actually program the games and do any of this shit, but he's the boss there. And he's just like a complete, like, fucking self-absorbed asshole character, the guy he plays on the show. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, you know what I noticed too, that these kids now, like I was watching my nephew the other day, they're getting into coding and stuff, and making
Yeah.
games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he's making his own fucking game on the computer the other day.
For him, man, that's awesome. You know
I
what?
have no idea. He's going into fucking folders, opening things up, and I don't know how he tells the thing what to do.
I mean, like, that's how you make the big bucks, man.
But he's young. Like, where the fuck is he learning it? Is it off the YouTube? Is it off the fucking?
Learn it from the ground up. A lot of people learn it from fucking forums and YouTube and everything else, right? And then what ends up happening is, some of these kids, they get these computers when they're younger, like older fucking PCs to work on, just to fuck around with, and then they open them up and they learn about what's inside of them, right? And then they actually just like they read and they learn shit online. Everything, you can learn everything online, man. There's so much tutorials about shit online, like, you know what I mean? If you really fell down the rabbit hole and had the interest, then you can learn a lot of shit. Like, if you really on
it is.
Yeah.
On the YouTube. No, I know. I always say it like that on the YouTube.
We're on right now.
Yeah, I always say that like that on the YouTube, like an old man. Don't worry. I know. But no, it's a trip. and I mean, they're teaching, like, my little niece things are like, she's watching them already. She's posting stuff from my mom's fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
She's already scrolling through TikTok. Like when she grabs somebody's phone or whatever, she already knows the symbols to go to, right?
Yeah.
Not even 2 years old. Like, so they're learning at such they have so much knowledge at their fingertips.
They're growing up with it, right?
Yeah.
So we had to learn that like halfway through our lives, a lot of that type of shit.
Yeah, and I'm watching her because she's learning from the brothers too, right? So that she gets to learn from a little bit older, not too old, but a little bit older. You know what I mean? And it helps. It helps a lot, right?
Right.
Especially with talking too, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
But these kids, man, they're just going nuts with this coding and all this crap. And I thought that this is going to be like second nature to them.
Yeah.
Right. So I know my he's been asking for a better computer. So I have a feeling that the only reason he wants a better computer because I can do more, right?
Sure.
And so I can see that, man. That's crazy, but no, I'm trying to kill that Doom Patrol season. I want to see that come up now, man.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that too.
Only 2 episodes right now.
Huh?
I didn't even know it was out. There's 2 episodes.
I told you. I did tell you a little while ago because I just came across it that it was out.
They didn't make a big deal about it, and that's how we just didn't hear it anywhere. I don't watch very many things live on television.
No, it's kind of under the radar, that one, because it's like such a weird show, right? Like compared to like other superhero things. Because now I think everyone just
the first episode is the weirdest.
Everyone just talks about The Boys now, right? So, man, I got a fucking kick-ass list of shows for this year, man. There was some good TV, and the fucked up part is I didn't even scratch the surface of other things I wanted to check out this year. Like, it's like, thankfully, the things I checked out I mostly enjoyed, because there's probably not many other things other than I have on my list that I watched that I could even put on the list for this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's too much out there now.
Too much good TV.
Yeah.
Well, not good. I'm saying like in the point where the first season might be good, but it might not come out again.
I think we're past the conversation now. Like, we do it to each other all the time, but I think we're past the point now where we can't give people a hard time when you're like, oh, I told you about this. It's so good. You have to check it out. And then you don't have time to check it out because guess what? You have maybe 10 other things you want to check out still, right? So like, you can't get mad, I think, at anybody anymore, because even you, all the shows that you watch, there's a few shows I think they're going to be on my list that I watched this year that I mentioned to you in passing that you didn't watch. You may not discover it till like somewhere down the road. Like, you got to watch this other one too, Jay. Lewis told you about it as well. The Bear. Did you watch that show? Oh man, see, you gotta, like, if you're looking for new.
But there's shows that you didn't watch that I've watched.
That's what I mean. But right? Here I am. I'm telling you already. Like, you should watch this because it's just, you can't really get upset at people anymore when they try to do that shit. Because you remember, like, there was a certain point where you used to do that, and like there wasn't much on TV or like things that people were talking about. So like, if you didn't watch it, you were an asshole, right? Like, but now it's just like you can't. I think
it's on Hulu.
Showtime. It may on Hulu, I think, in the States. Yeah, you can find it though.
Or some shit. There's so many different fucking.
I think it's on Showtime here. I think is the Bear. So good. It's with the guy from the Shameless, the guy who plays Lip.
I seen the when it first came out. I had seen it, right?
It's only like 8 episodes, and they're like half-hour episodes, so you can kill it in like an afternoon. Honestly, that's what I did. I think I watched it in 2 days. Like, it's so fucking good, that show. It's about the guy. He goes back to Chicago, and he's like a world-renowned chef, and he's like some young hotshot chef guy, and like his brother left him his restaurant in Chicago that's like, not like a respectable, like, like world-class restaurant like this guy was working in, but he ends up dying, and then he ends up leaving in the restaurant, and then he has to go and pick up the pieces and actually get this restaurant up off the ground, like, you know what I mean, and actually like kind of get
get it up and going.
But then he's dealing with like a bunch of personal issues when he goes to do it. Like, it's really good. Like, and then
kind of handed to him at the wrong time.
Yeah. And then you watch kind of things unfold, and it's kind of like a humbling experience for the guy, because like everyone knows him to be like this, like, oh, he was like, he was 20-year-old, like fucking super chef. Like, you know what I mean? Like one of these like well-known chefs that I guess that like was like had like all this fame. And then now it's kind of like he's hit rock bottom or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know what else?
He is fucking awesome. I forgot his fucking name, but that guy, the actor who plays that guy, he's excellent. He was filming actually just by me this week, and I didn't fucking know. I read it online after the fact. I'm like, no.
You know what I noticed too about this year, and this is a sad thing because we don't really get to discuss much of this stuff, but there's a lot of documentaries that came out that were great this year.
Yes.
Like little mini documentaries of, either rock bands, people, stuff like that, right? And that I've come across this year. I'm talking everything to like these amazing planet things and that kind of stuff. There's these little documentaries that they've been putting together too, a lot, man. And people forget about them. Yeah, okay, the crime documentaries people watch or tend to watch, but the ones that they're like real documentaries about lives, the Beatles ones. There was a lot that came out this year. The
Beatles one was apparently a really good one, the one that Peter Jackson directed. Yeah, I've heard that's excellent. I've also heard that that soccer show is really good. I've heard the Ryan Reynolds ones. You watched it though?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, dude, my phone keeps getting updates from Wrexham, bro. I think because I searched it one time. Yeah. It keeps getting every time the game comes on, I get the fucking update. Now Ryan Reynolds is tapped into my phone, man.
Yeah, you love this guy.
Oh man.
But yeah, so that's I know there was good documentaries that came out, and again, I don't want to start a whole thing here again, but depending how you feel about the man, he also had apparently a really good documentary that came out this year. Kanye had a really good one apparently that came out too.
Yeah, save that one for the end, near the end of the show. You want to talk about it? No, I'm just joking.
I don't know why it's becoming like a big thing now.
No, I don't know.
I'm not the one who's saying that Hitler's my homeboy. I'm not the fucking one saying.
Oh, dude. Sorry, I'm just having a good laugh.
Well, at least we're able to laugh about it, right? Like, like I'm not fucking out here fucking waving the flag for this guy. I'm just saying.
My God.
I'm not saluting anybody.
There's
like fashion. So let's keep our eyes on the prize here, folks.
Fucking guy. Oh, sorry, man. You got me laughing a lot today, man.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's good. I like laughing, man.
I have to fucking step it up now. These Lewis episodes are fucking.
That was the best that you had said that right at the beginning of the fucking podcast.
There's a Bob Marley biography this year too.
Yeah, there was all kinds, man. That's what I'm saying. That we totally left out that department at period like that. It's hard to put those in with the TV shows.
I like a good documentary, but I
was feeling that I might replace them with my podcasts, bro, because I didn't listen to much this year.
No, I did. There's certain things I watch on YouTube that are podcasts now. It's funny because the way that podcasts have now trended over time is that most of them are just things that people watch on YouTube, and then I've caught myself saying it to myself, like, is that a podcast? Because people are calling them podcasts, but then I don't generally think that some of these shows that are podcasts on YouTube, like ours now, don't actually have an audio version of the show. You know what I
much
mean?
anymore,
It's a visual thing, but then it is still considered a podcast because it's people getting together to conversate about whatever. You know what I mean? So like I think that's interesting that's the case now. So I'm not even as worried anymore about like because most of my podcasts, the only things I listen to audio are like things that talk about comics, like that are actual just just talk, like not things where you because any of the shows that I watch that are podcasts with famous people like rappers or comedians, I watch them on YouTube. I don't fucking listen to them. You know what I mean? Like if there's a visual aspect to them, you want to see them. Like I don't listen to fucking Two Bears One Cave podcast. I watch the video of it.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's interesting.
It's funny because I listen to it. It's just where I am at the time, right? Like when I listen to them, I'm either driving or I'm at work.
Well, what people don't realize is you can still listen to a video on YouTube without actually watching it. You can still play it off of YouTube, but then I know it's more of a data issue. I know it's more of a data issue when it comes to that kind of stuff. But if you have Wi-Fi at work, then you're okay. That's what I do, right? So
yeah, but I think the phone times out after a while too if your phone's not timed right. But yeah, he was, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. I mean, the guy, you know, he's a character, right? I think I was just giving him his props about the episodes I enjoy, like and I watch everyone's episode. You know, I watch a lot of the shit that we put out, like, and when I'm not even on the shows with you guys know that. So like, and I feel that like I was just saying, me personally, I think those are the episodes that are the most fun, like for me as a viewer. And because I've been in that conversation, like, you know, that was us last night. Like we've had shows together, you, me, and him, like that. Like we used to fuck around with each other even before we did video, right? And just audio. So like that's what I mean. Like those are just the ones I know that I'm just gonna come on and I'm just gonna laugh because you guys don't talk about anything of substance on those episodes. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, it just goes into weird. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. It just, and then his laugh is just fucking contagious, right? When he starts giggling.
Yeah,
he's like giggling like a little girl when he starts giggling, right? So it makes you start to laugh, right?
Yeah. But there was a lot of love in that room last night. Actually, we were really we had a good time. We were actually there was moments, you know, where he's like, "Oh, I'm happy to see you," like he was happy to be there with them and stuff like that. Oh, the same sex partner, yeah. Yeah, but then we're you know, we're showering this guy with all this praise like a fucking late night shower network kind of situation, and yet he was in the doghouse. So I felt like he didn't enjoy himself as much as he would have, unfortunately, if he didn't know he was you know what I mean? Like, did you get that feeling? Because I got that feeling at a certain point of the night. I just looked over at him. I'm just like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, his mood changed.
He's not in it. He's not in it 100%. You know, as a result, I think it kind of fucked with his head. I think.
No, I don't think. I think it was more than that. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, that was weird too. And he openly admitted his love for him. Like he was happy to see you. Like I was like, whoa, like that's weird.
I don't know, man. What am I supposed to say? I have that effect on these Latin lovers.
It was not. I don't feel weird to blame for this one personally. I understand what I feel like went down, but it's none of my business. But
yeah, it's not our fault, man. He's a grown man.
Yeah, it's, you know, I think you know, everyone's got to, you know, you got to take your own blame for shit, man. I've done it plenty of times. I try to blame people, but it doesn't work.
Kenny Rogers says it the best. You got to know when to fold them, buddy.
Got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. That's right.
I'm pretty sure he was folding them all day long today. But
yeah. Listen, no, I
know. I'm just making laugh. That's all.
I think I think
at my co-host expense.
No, I think it is. It's unfortunate because like every time that I've ever gotten in trouble for something, it's like I'm totally I don't know if it's just men, like I'm totally oblivious to what I did like half the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no,
I feel you, bro. I feel you, man.
I'm being honest. I mean, it's not it's not to say that I don't care or that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that I don't realize when I'm making a poor choice in terms of, you know
When
what I
you
mean?
were
The moment.
not reading your messages last night when they
Things
were
like
going
that.
off in your
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. But
And I got the text messages instead.
It's shit like that. It's shit like that, right? So like, I think it's like, it's unfortunate because like, you know, then you turn around and you're like, you don't think you're a bad guy, but then you're fucking, you know, you're being you're fucking up in some regard, right? You're not being sensitive to something, or you're not thinking of something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? I'll give it to you guys. You guys could keep them that way. At least you guys could keep it. You fuck up a little bit. Me, if it was me, I'd be fucking up all the time. And then that's just me. Look, you know, fuck.
Yeah, but I just
I don't
think,
have to do it. I don't have to worry about it.
and that's not to like shoot myself some bail and say like I'm not a party to like doing shitty things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, if I don't know what's going on, then it's clearly I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not in the wrong. But yeah, I just think it's just like in my defense, and even other people, if I can speak for them, I think that's usually the case. I don't think in the moment sometimes we feel that things that we're saying or decisions that we're making, you know, in our heads, it doesn't come off that, you know, and then
It sounds better when it comes out, right?
you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to be
No,
delicate.
it sounds better in your head than when it
Trying
comes
to be
out.
delicate about this explanation here, you know, in a little bit. So I'm trying to, you know, watch what I say.
Tiptoe.
No, but it's the truth, man. It's just like, you know, you know, I've done so many stupid things where I just continue to put my foot in my fucking own mouth. And that's why I said I don't feel like we have anything. I will admit I'm to blame when I'm in shit for something, because I know I probably did something stupid. I just didn't. In my defense, I probably didn't realize at the time, right? Or else I
Hey,
wouldn't.
relax. You sound like me now, bro. Relax.
No, no.
When I'm crying, when I cry to you,
Yeah.
I keep fucking it all up.
Yeah.
It's always my fault. Relax, Neeks. We get
Oh
it,
no,
man.
I'm cool, man. I'm just talking. I don't care.
It's one of those days after Niko's long night of drinking. It was a fucking late night, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I was supposed to go up north, and I didn't fucking even leave the house. I don't know how you got up to go to work. I know.
Yeah.
You were able to. I know that it's just you, fuck. But you know, to get up,
Fuck.
still worrying. Yeah, he's still trying to sip down that first fucking beer. Like fuck, man. 2 hours took him to drink one beer. This
Yeah,
was
well,
long last night.
I was just chilling with it, right?
Yeah, it's like piss warm now. It's like, oh, that was a.
Oh, it's done. It's done. It's been done.
Hey, oh man, but
Yeah.
I told Leslie too after. I was like, yeah, I would have helped you clean up, but I gotta take Neeks home, man. Right?
Yeah.
I was worried about getting you back.
Yeah, I felt
That's
bad
fun.
about dropping all the beer at the end. What are you gonna do? It's because I was being rushed by that fucking.
Oh, I know, dude. That's why I was getting mad at the guy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Could be on cloud 9.
Oh, she's gonna be on cloud. Yeah, she's gonna be flying. Well, hopefully, if it does it for her. I can't do it, man. Unless you got some ones that are fucking 30 milligrams or more. Fuck, I can't do it. I know I just got to take 3, but that seems to just cost too much.
What's that little Wayne line? He has a line where it's just like, he says something about like a line of Coke, where he's like, and if he says about the size of the line, and if that size of the line, and that line ain't mine, or something. Like, he basically says some slick thing like that about like, if the line is too small, then it's not his.
I couldn't tell you, man.
I know.
Oh man, look at this guy.
I know. I heard you told us.
Oh wow. She fucking that poor security guard. I felt bad for him too afterwards, because it was like, man, he's gonna hear the wrath of fucking Leslie once we leave, man. And she was already wound up as it was, man.
I was just scared, not only for at first I was just worried.
I was scared for the security guard.
I didn't want her to get in trouble. Yeah, I didn't want her to get in trouble, but also I just didn't want to ruin the opportunity to record there, right? So that's why I kind of like, I was like, well, I hope we don't fuck up this opportunity now. So, you know, then I say, oh, here it is. Yeah, man, what is it?
Then we don't have to go to Rob's house to record.
Yeah, here's the little way. Oh, he would like that. He wouldn't have to fucking drive 15 hours to get here. And if that is under, this is the line. And if it's under a gram, then that line ain't mine.
Yeah, that's on the news. That's the song that's just recent, isn't it?
Eat without bass. No, this is an old song. This is from one of his mixtapes. It always stuck out to me, that line. I really liked it.
But I think I feel like it's on a new song.
Some shit just be so hard. I be like that. That line ain't mine. And if that is under a gram, then that line ain't mine. Little way. I thought you were all getting arrested.
Julie, it was fucking cool, man. That fucking you know what? It would have been even cooler if the cops showed up. That would have been awesome. Not for anything, but you know.
I had to bust out. I got kicked out of better places than this line when I was I've been kicked out of, kicked out of better places than this. That used to be our line when we used to get kicked out of places back in the day. You just got to throw that out there because I think it was a Chappelle line in one of his skits or something. I've been kicked out of better places than this. They just like,
I'm pretty sure I remember if you guys going to places and getting kicked out or thrown out in different places, man. We're hearing the story the next day from my brother.
Yeah, I've been kicked out of many places in my time.
Well, somebody likes to fucking
sometimes
start fights with not bartenders, security guards like an idiot.
I don't start.
Not you.
Yeah,
my bro.
I thought. Well,
my brother.
I don't start fights with people, man. You know, I'm not. That's not me.
No, not Niko. Niko just gets there and backs him up.
Well,
you fucking hit my boy.
Yeah, I'm there for. I used to be there for backup for sure, but you know that's not. I wasn't the one starting the fights. No.
Now we're getting too old for that shit. Now we get the women to defend us
anywhere except for last night. Well, that's because you were with me. Sorry to say.
Come on, Leslie. You've never been kicked out anywhere with that voice.
I've been kicked out a bunch of times. One time I got cut off. One time I got cut off, and I wasn't even that drunk, but the way I approached the bartender. I was like, hey, or something like that, like very enthusiastically. And they're like, you're cut.
I remember like having to smooth things over to get people so they don't get kicked out. I never got kicked out anywhere. I fought with
Lewis's bartender at his wedding. What are you talking about?
I know you did. And Lewis had to go and fucking.
I do get loud. Sometimes I can get mouthy. That's for sure. I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna deny it. So even last night, as I was being
snaps once in a while.
Being fucking apparently on a roll last night post show. Yeah, maybe. I'm not gonna.
Man.
I just get loud and belligerent. That's just I can get to that point.
So it comes with alcohol, bro. It comes with it. It comes on. It says it on the bottom of the bottle.
Oh yeah, of course.
Could cause you to become belligerent and loud.
But I like to have a good time. That's number one, man. Like it's. Usually if you're with me, we're having a good time, right? That's what it's about, man.
Well, I remember there was one time I was with you guys and fucking my brother decides to fucking shoot a cue ball off the fucking second floor from a place.
It was Christine's birthday.
And the security was ready to throw him out, man. I thought there was gonna be a fight there that day.
Yeah, you kind of were like all paranoid.
I was all worried because I know. I mean,
please, that was nothing.
Yeah, I had to make sure. Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah.
What'd you do? Did you get him all belligerent?
Oh well. Yeah, I had put Angelo's life at risk. I'm pretty sure that we went out because I was just yelling shit out to people. I was like,
seriously in Nashville or just here?
I was trying to get some weed. I'm like, hey, where's the drugs at? Where's the weed at?
Yeah, get Angelo arrested in the States. Is that where it was?
Grabbed me at one point because I told off some guy about it. I thought he insulted my shirt or something. I said, you know what I said to him? Like, hey, nice shirt. Because some guy was rocking some nice shirt. And then he just totally ignored me. Like, it wasn't even like a thanks. Then I just look like I'm a fucking like I'm a fan of this guy or something. I'm like fucking yelling about his shirt, So then I got really upset.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Angela just had to grab me and one point. He's like, come down. It's like shit like that. I just get a little like loud. Like you said, it's hard sometimes to tell me, but yeah, we had a good time. 84 views on the show last night. Angelo, you missed out on the drunk cast last night, buddy. I know we just experienced a fucking drunk cast in Nashville, but you could have.
He's experienced more than just a drunk cast in Nashville.
I know. Yeah, it was like that scene from The Sopranos where fucking Paulie goes to Italy
Yeah.
He's like, hey, commandatore or whatever. And the guy doesn't say nothing to him. He like looks the other way. And he's like, cocksucker.
Cocksucker.
That was me. I'm like, hey, nice shirt. I was like, ¿Qué pasa? And the guy's just fucking ignored me.
¿Qué pasa?
Ah, that's all right, man.
You know what?
For the Christmas party.
You
Nice.
should have put the Christmas party on live, man. You should have put us on live for the Christmas party.
¿Qué pasa? Yeah, we told that story last night.
Oh my God. That's how they knew Angelo was Italian.
Yeah, that's how you know.
That's how you know.
You gotta call it, hey, ¿qué pasa?
Hey, ¿qué pasa? You quiero Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was dying when you hear talking about that story.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to put up this clip. 1 second. Let me see if this
Oh, no,
actually.
there's a clip already.
Hold on.
I'm scared.
Yeah, there we go. Hold on.
Oh,
This is the one. That was me. Hey, come on, story. Sorry, no.
Cocksucker.
He's just like. Cocksuckers. That was me with the guy in the shirt. I'm like, hey, nice shirt. And the guy's like, fucking just ignored me. That fucking asshole.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh,
man. Commendatory. Buongiorno.
fuck, man. That was too much, bro.
Yeah.
I can imagine you. I can see if somebody doesn't acknowledge you when you're trying to talk to them, when you're drunk, bro. I could just see.
You know, like I'm like, hey, I'm trying to have a good time over here. Are you fucking ignoring me?
The fuck, yeah, like I can see it and get so mad.
Yeah, that's what I did. I got heated. I'm just like, this fucking guy. And she was like, why are you so fucking mad?
Yeah. I like his shirt. You didn't like it back. You
Yeah.
didn't say anything, man.
My feelings were hurt. I wasn't mad. I was
What kind of shirt was
I don't
it?
even
Like,
remember what kind. It was probably some shit shirt. And I'm like, hey, look at this
you're
guy.
in Nashville. Maybe you thought you were picking him up, bro. Maybe he thought, yeah. And he's like, get the fuck away from me.
Here's,
buddy.
here's see this queer back there.
Yeah, damn it. Let's get the line dancing.
This guy just said nice shirt. Okay. Oh my god. You one of them gays?
Oh my god.
I think that's what he said to me when I said
You think he said it to me? Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Oh, dude, that's too much, man. You guys must have had a great time doing that out there.
yeah,
Seriously.
yeah. You heard about the no ass play in the hotel lobby, and then he wasn't interested. Oh, is it an anime shirt? Okay, yeah. So I definitely said that then. Probably like a Dragon Ball shirt. I'm like, hey, nice shirt.
Probably one that you would know. Only something you would know, probably.
Probably that was
Something
probably
that
that's
the
why it had
person-
to be something where I was just like to say that. That
Maybe
makes
the guy
sense.
didn't even
That's
know
like,
what he
why
was on
I
his shirt.
complimenting this guy's shirt.
Maybe the guy just picked it up out of the fucking laundry at home and didn't even know what he was wearing. And he's like, okay, whatever, bro. I don't even know what this shirt is. I just borrowed it from my little brother. You know?
You mean why he's like this? He's like, oh fuck.
People know I like anime now. Oh my god. That's what it was. Get away from me, nerd. That's why he didn't look at you. Sorry, man.
He's like, oh,
Oh, no offense to people that like anime, but yeah.
was it
Fuck.
Naruto? It was Naruto. Yeah, see, he said Naturo, and then Julie's like, actually, it's Naruto.
Naruto. Oh,
Oh man! All right,
Maybe-
so what do you think? Should we? I'm having too good of a time here, but we're reaching 2 hours. Should we start bringing this this puppy home or what?
yeah, man. You got it. Actually.
Actually,
Oh my god.
what do you think? You think we should wrap her up or what?
It's up to you, bro. I'm good, man. I don't work till 3:00 tomorrow. I'm good right now. I can talk forever.
I know.
But I've been talking to you, and then I got to talk to you this week, don't I? Sometime.
Hey, ¿qué pasa? Oh, God. Oh, you're from Italy?
It was yeah. I heard, hey, how many pairs of boots did you buy, Ange?
Oh, and clean them out. You got actually some pretty sick boots, though. There was a crazy deal. Well, they did one of those things where it makes it look like a crazy deal. Like they charge you like $300 for like a pair of boots, and then you get 3 pairs of boots with that, though. So when it actually breaks it down, it's actually pretty good. Yeah.
Till 11:30, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy walked out with fucking 3 pair. Well, I don't think 2 for him, I think, though. No, I think he got 1 for the wife, maybe, or something. Yeah,
3 pairs, eh?
It's a good deal, actually. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Is he one of those? Wait. Was he one of those? I'm just trying to picture. Was he one of those like that wore the boots and had his shirt open like a real wop or what? Like, did he bust it out like that? I'm wondering. I could picture him doing that.
I don't know.
It'd be perfect for him because he would be throwing that N-word around like crazy.
I don't know if the shirt was open when he bought the boots. No, late at some point in the evening, I'm sure it was, but on the boots, no. You don't.
You wanted to move down to Lynchburg, bro.
You don't open up your shirt when you're buying boots like that.
Python and ostrich.
Yeah,
an ostrich.
No, it's a sick pair of boots, man. The one that he rocked when he got on the plate. This guy just like something happened with like his other boot. He fucking chucked it right out and bought another pair. Yeah, man, they were nice boots.
He's just getting pointier and pointier with those shoes. No edge.
We almost got. We were trying to get Peter interested. There was like a workman like boot that looked like it looked like a fucking work boot. We're trying to get him. Then there was another one that was like some army fatigue type thing that had a fucking big America flag on it. I was like, yo, Pete. I was like, Pete, you need to get these boots. There's like fucking, it's a big fucking flag on the front of the boot. I was trying to see if he was gonna get them. He's like, yeah, these are pretty sick.
Oh my god. Oh man, this guy. The one night he didn't have his shirt on.
It's true. He took it off. That old ass man. Listen, I don't want to talk all about myself the whole night, but here, watch me dance. This fucking old man just started killing it. Then Angelo started dancing with the guy. Yeah, good times, man.
We had a dance off.
Oh, you should have seen. We're picking out the next talent, the next country music stars. That
America's Got Talent.
No, the next country music stars, bro. They were down there. That's where they start. A lot of these people, right? There's
Nashville for sure, dude. There's a lot of music going down there, bro. It's a big city for that.
Yeah, it was some great live music. Like, yeah, I actually really got into it when we were down there, and I was happy about that because I wasn't sure, if I was gonna like the music and stuff. But yeah, we had a good time.
You weren't sure if you were gonna like music.
No, because
the music down there.
Yeah, I'm not in the country, but it's not just country, right? There's all kinds of stuff there, and like even the
country's not geared towards old people anymore either, bro.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like but even the country songs that were there when we were there were good too. Like they were good performers. They're just good performers. Like it doesn't matter like what they're playing. There's a lot
of them know what they're. I mean, a lot of them can play instruments. They can They can sing really well too.
Yeah.
Right. They got good voices. Some of these guys, man, and women, even the women too. There's a lot out there, man. It's a totally different genre now, man.
So here, let me start rambling off the promos because there's a lot. So we'll start right now.
See if you can figure it out. There's a hard one in the first one.
So I gotta look at the calendar. So this Thursday, December 15th, we have a new episode of Watching the Throne with me and JT. We're talking about that's the show where we're talking about we're going back and watching Game of Thrones. He's watching it for the first time, believe it or not. I'm watching it actually for the second time because I've never rewatched it after seeing it the first time. So we're getting some good conversations out of that. If you tune into those, yeah. Good night, Ange. Thanks for tuning in. Later, bro. If you tune into that, you can kind of get an overview of each episode. Each episode we talk about, we're going all the way from episode number 1 all the way to the end weekly. So yeah, definitely check that out. So we're talking about episode 4, season 1 this Thursday. So yeah, that'll be a really good one. So definitely check that out weekly on Thursdays. And then I think that they're going to be recording the last of the soccer episode, the World Cup shenanigans this week. I think they might be recording it Friday. You might not get that till Saturday or Sunday. Late night chat. We don't have it till Monday this upcoming week. So yeah, you're probably gonna get that Saturday or Sunday, or whenever the World Cup is done. You're gonna get that episode from these guys, World Cup shenanigans, Lewis and Leslie. you do a great job. Being in person for that conversation was a lot of fun. Actually, they did it before the drunk cast they recorded yesterday. So
Must have been a loud fucking conversation, eh?
Leslie was sad because Portugal got beat, right?
Oh, poor them.
So definitely check that out. And then you got on the 17th, this Saturday, you got a new episode of TikTok Time. Once again, guys, if you have TikToks that you need to send to Julie, now's your chance. Make sure to send those. I'm gonna actually send them to her as well. This is her TikTok account here on the screen, so remember to send those to her. Yeah, we did. Yeah, you missed a special appearance by Handfar last night.
Handfar, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That was awesome, man. That's your long lost cousin or something, bro.
What's going on, Farhan? Yeah. So, and then next week is our last episode of Late Night Chat live for the year. That's going to be Monday the 19th with Julie as a co-host with Jay. That'll be a lot of fun. Definitely come check that out, guys, because then we're going to be no late night chat for about a month, just under a month. You're not going to see a weekly late night chat show. But like, as I mentioned, during our holiday schedule, guys, we've got all kinds of great content coming out. Next Wednesday, I think, is going to be the day for me and Jay's late night at the movies. We're going to be talking about Scrooged. So that's going to be late night at the movies for this month. So you got TikTok Time, you got that. And then the week after, you got probably on the 28th. It's going to be on that week. If it's not on the 28th, the last week of December, you got a new episode of Killer Content with Leslie and JT. But for the weeks that we are away from late night chat, you got a special episode of something every week, guys. Remember, so on Boxing Day on December 26th, in place of late night chat that week, you got an episode of year-end media review. Now, everybody looks forward to this show every year. Me and Jay, we talk about all of our favorite movies, TV shows, podcasts, music that came out this following year. We give you like top 5 lists of stuff. We discuss why they're our favorites. And then we're also going to be talking about the the other hosts' picks as well this year. Like the other hosts on the network have submitted picks to us. So we're going to be mentioning their lists as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. Then the week after that, probably on January 1st for New Year's or January 2nd, that week, in place of Late Night Chat, you have a clip episode of the best of Late Night Chat Network for 2022. That's going to be a lot of fun, too, because you're going to find a lot of great things all in one place. You don't have to go back and look through all the archives for the episodes. But, of course, you can always go back and rewatch them, guys. They're all in our playlist. But we're trying to put a bunch of great clips together from this past year on the network of all of our shows. So definitely check that out. That's going to be a really good. We're putting a lot of work into that one. I'm still trying to pull clips to send to Julie. So that's going to be a really good one. And then the following week, prior to January 13th, that's going to be episode 200. You guys make sure that's a return of Late Night Chat, January 13th on a Friday. It's an in-person show with all of the hosts, all of us together in person. That's going to be a blast. Definitely check that show out. But the following week prior to that, we're gonna probably have an episode of the return of Shooting the Shit with a special guest. So if we get that all lined up, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys in case it doesn't happen, but it could be me and Jay on location with somebody for another episode of Shooting the Shit. That's when we bring the show to you, and that'll be a really good one, Jay, if we can actually pull that one off. So
yeah, I can't wait.
And so yeah, expect weekly episodes of Watching the Throne to continue to come out through this period as well. So as you can see, all kinds of stuff, guys, all kinds of shows over the next couple of weeks. So for the leading into the month that we're going to be away for episode 200 coming back, you got all kinds of stuff coming out every week. So lots of great stuff. What? Going to go karting on Boxing Day. That sounds like fun. I think,
nice.
Yeah.
Indoors, probably.
Yeah. So,
that's all right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there you have it, man. All kinds of great stuff.
A lot
Jay.
of crazy stuff to do.
A lot of exciting stuff, though. It's gonna be fun, though. It's always fun.
It's always interesting, man. We got a lot of recording to do the next little while, man. I'm gonna be fucking sitting here might as well just stay here, put a hole in the seat, man, in case I gotta take a dump.
There you go.
And just start recording.
Yeah.
These coffee shits are creeping up on me, man.
Well, now it's time to wrap up. All right, get that song. Yeah, that's a little Christmas tune going for you guys because I know it's Jay's favorite time of year.
I'm sweating, bro. You know this.
What? My entire family goes the Pepper Mac 500. That sounds like a blast.
What the fuck?
Get some recording equipment down there, please. We need to fucking get video of this.
Yeah, who's gonna have recording equipment? Oh yeah, wait, it's Julie. She's gonna be on the fucking go-kart. What are you talking about? She's
Yeah,
gonna be
put the
recording.
GoPro on there.
It's right in the fucking helmet, man. Show us how you take everybody out. They'll win the 500.
All right, guys, let's see here.
I hope there's money on that.
In typical, yeah, there's money on that.
I hope, man. I hope they bet themselves. They bet, hey, who's gonna win?
Yeah. Well, guys, that's my last show of Late Night Chat for the year here. So, I'll see everybody in the new year. And like I said, stay tuned to see me and Jay talk about our favorite stuff. On Boxing Day, we'll drop that episode and from the year. A lot of great stuff coming up. There you go. See? Oh, they don't let us bring phones in. Okay.
Yeah. Too bad you couldn't have it on your fucking.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like a fun family tradition. That's good.
That's cool.
Yeah. Nice. But so you guys will be seeing Julie on the show next week, Jay, and you guys will be ending out the year in fucking episode 199. You believe it, man? That's crazy.
That's what I mean. It's just crazy, dude. I'm gonna be going into 200. Oh my fucking god!
All right. Well,
I don't even know what to say after that.
I know. I'm just done. I'm just fucking mentally exhausted from yesterday.
This is that was been a long weekend for you, buddy. Eh?
Yeah, it's been a long. That's and it's really this next week. This next week's just going to be a lot of prep because we can't record with your hours this week. So it's going to be a lot of prep for the following week, literally the week of Christmas. Like we have to record all this shit, guys, and have it put out for you guys. So yeah, it'll be fun. So
it'll be scary.
Yeah, listen, we're always busy around this time of year. We're used to it, right? So, but it'll be nice. It'll be a nice break too. You guys are going to be without us for a few weeks, but it's okay. You've got lots of great stuff to look forward to. Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks, brother. But I can't wait for it, man. Honestly, all the shit that we get to do next. There's so much. Fuck. I got so much stuff to watch right now. Everything, man. Time to catch up, man, on some stuff. Well, now that I can stay up a little later this week, it's gonna without it really hurting me so much. I should be all right. Right. So I could do a lot of catching up.
Okay, man, we're gonna make it through. It's okay.
Scrooge. I still gotta rewatch Scrooge, man. I mean, fuck. I remember.
We make it through the holidays and we make it to episode 200. You got to remember there's a light on the other side of that tunnel, man. And it's good times. It's good times with all the hosts, right? So, you're going to see some family. It'll be good. You got things to look forward to, Jay. I know at the end of all this bullshit that goes on with the holiday season, you do get to spend some quality time with folks. And that's always the good part, right? So,
So we'll see. We'll see where it goes from there, man. But yeah, I can't wait, man. We'll see what happens. Like I said.
There you go, guys. As I like to listen to at this time of year, though, there's a classic song, the Dipset Christmas song, "Balling on Christmas." We gotta go out to this one, guys. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Peace out.
It's not coming through.
I hear it. I heard it.
Christmas cheers, Dipset years, all in every day. They say Santa knows who been being naughty or nice. I hope I don't get penalized for what I did with the rice. The name bundles, you could just imagine a life. I love Christmas, I could just imagine the wife. The trees, the candy canes, the holidays remind me of the game. The reindeers remind me of the rings. The icicles remind me of the ring. Seen the video, she like the fadeaway dance. Wanna kiss it like I got a mistletoe in my pants. Yeah, must have blew your whole advance down at the Coliseum. Minor kitty is major. Without B-Day love, let me upgrade ya. You know giving's in a rapping nature. So all I want for Christmas is some rapping paper. Deck the halls, it's a Dipset Christmas. We all balls, the Dipset Christmas. La 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 la, a Dipset Christmas. We fly high, it's a Dipset Christmas. Deck the halls, it's a Dipset Christmas.